Wondery Plus subscribers can listen to Crime and Sports early and ad-free right now. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
In the depths of an Atlanta forest, a clash between activists and authorities ends in tragedy. I'm Matthew Scher, and on my new podcast, We Came to the Forest, we expose the hidden truths behind a shootout that left one activist dead and countless lives forever changed. Binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest ad-free on Wondery Plus.
Hello and welcome to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I am Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us this week on another exciting, wild, crazy edition of
already?
It's Tuesday already. Here we are, Crime and Sports again.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed last week. I don't know how you wouldn't, because New Jack is one of those where universally you don't have to be a sports fan or anything. You just have to like an insane story.
He really gives it to you.
We've been on a roll with the crazy stories here, and we're gonna keep this up with a Raider this week, so
right.
Jimmy can properly hate him. He doesn't even know who we're doing yet, but it's great. So we'll get to that here. Everything. Hope you enjoyed, like I said, New Jack. If you did, hope you gave us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. The purple icon. I don't know why that helps, but it does. So if you can do that, give us 5 stars. Doesn't matter what you say. Just type something in there. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com right now. Yeah. Well, maybe in a minute. I don't know. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you got a minute, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com right now for everything crime and sports and small town murder related. All your merchandise. There's a bunch of new stuff up there. And if you're not listening to Small Town Murder, you're missing out. Mm-hmm. And you should probably start. Last week was actually a good one to start on because it was absolutely nuts. So.
Are you? Was that Nebraska?
Oklahoma. Oklahoma, yeah.
I know it was the middle of the country.
It's middle in there somewhere. There's a wild one last week, so you can start there and keep going. So check all that out. Check out P.S. I Hate This Movie every Friday when we talk about bad movies, bad romantic comedies, and I get very, very angry repeatedly over and over. Now, if you want to be a producer of this show and have Jimmie mispronounce your name, among other things, and those things are bonus episodes.
Right.
Oh, God, so much bonus episodes.
There.
They're all there, and you get access to all the small town murder ones as well, which, I mean, they're kind of not really all small town murder.
Not all of them.
We did like the prisoner dating game, violent felon edition. We do all sorts of stuff that's not small town murder related. So tons of stuff there this week. Now, I said we were going to do the Vince McMahon steroid trial,
right?
But I messed up. I need to find a piece of information that I don't have. So that's going to be in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Apologies for that. It'll be worth the wait. I promise you. Instead, we have a totally different episode this week. It's awesome. Some people know the story, but some people don't. And either way, I think you want to hear our take on it.
Oh, great.
Jimmie, I don't want you to know this. I'm going to surprise you during the bonus. So what I need you to do is I need you to take your headphones off. Take your headphones off. You have to put your hands over your ears, turn away from the mic, and say la 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 la. And you do like I need a la 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 out of you. You can't hear it. La la la, Jimmie. There we go. All right, he's humming. That's good. Okay, it's a story of Fritz Peterson and Mike Kekich, who traded wives and lives, everything, dogs, cats, houses, kids, you name it. They traded it in the 70s, made a big press conference announcement. They were teammates on the Yankees. It's fucking insane. And I didn't want to tell Jimmie because his head's going to explode when he hears this. It's awesome. Wonder how long I can get him to hum for. Just sit there with his All right, we'll let him know. Okay, there you go, Chief. All right. Headphones back on there. You can get access to that and all of our great bonus material by just going to patreon.com/crime and sports. And if you're over the $5 level,
not knowing about it is a real pain in the ass.
Oh, it is. It's tough, but I want to see your eyes go, what the fuck, when we tell the story. So that's the only reason why, because that's going to be a real big part of this thing. Okay. But head over to there, patreon.com/crime and sports, and you'll get your name read and everything like that. You'll be a producer of the show. And if you just want to be a nice person who's got good karma and donate to the show, you can do that very easily at PayPal using our email address, crimeandsports@gmail.com. Right. All right, let's get to this.
Fantastic.
Let's get into this week. It's a Raider, Jimmie.
Yeah.
Somebody for you to hate. Jimmie's a Bronco fan.
Yeah. The last one was Barrett Robbins, right? Has it been that long?
Jesus, I don't think so.
I mean, somebody's probably been through the ranks.
Had a cup of coffee on the Raiders. I don't remember, but we've had tons. But this week, it's Sebastian Janikowski.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. There we go. Is our second kicker that we've ever done.
He's got some accolades, man. That guy was good.
Hey, he was a great kicker.
Fuck, I hated him.
What a fuck up, though.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't remember his...
No. Is he Polish?
Oh, yes, he is. He's Polish.
And he spoke Polish, right?
Yeah, he's from Poland.
Right.
He's from Poland. He barely spoke English at first.
There you go.
Yeah, and he spoke enough English to get in fights and try to bribe police officers, as we'll find out.
Find out where to put the ball.
And if I through there, okay, I kick. And that's it here.
Is that how they talk?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't really know a Polish accent, so I'm going to give it sort of just like, I give one of these. You get accent for you. I drink vodka and do things.
Is that their thing?
I smoke carton of cigarettes while I drink vodka all day long. That's going to be Polish today. I don't know if that is Polish, and I know people are like, that's not I get it.
Right.
But you know what? Don't fucking care.
Was this big fat ass Polish? Because that
was Polish.
Boy, oh boy, was he a barrel ass fat fuck.
He's a fat fuck, yeah. Let's get on into this fella.
That did feel good. Like, whenever he'd beat the Broncos with a field goal, at least I could walk away and just go, hey, he's still fat as fuck.
He's still got a big fat gut hanging over with his... He couldn't... See, the problem was his number.
Yeah.
Football is a thing where certain positions need certain numbers. Yeah. And obviously there's rules in place for that. Yes. But if you see... A big guy like that with mass on him and a big gut wearing number 11, that's not enough number for that guy.
Doesn't cover anything.
If he had like a 53, he would look fine.
89?
You know what I mean? Yeah, tight end number, like an offensive guard number. He would have 50, 53, 58, 89. Something like that would have been fine. Yeah. 44 even, a fullback number.
11 makes you look fatter, Sebastian.
11. You got to be a svelte quarterback to wear 11. That's
and then
why
a last name like Janikowski has to go from shoulder to shoulder.
That's what I mean.
All those letters.
With that skinny little thing.
2 little toothpicks.
You know who wears 11, who's allowed to?
Who's that?
Kickers and punters, quarterbacks, and receivers. You know what they all have in common?
Skinny.
Slim. Svelte.
A lot of running
That's
with those guys.
Yeah. Not so much here. So it's his full name is Sebastian Pavel Janikowski. The W's in Poland seem to be V's.
Right.
So we're going to go Pavel, Pawel Janikowski.
Jeez.
That's his name here. Known as several nicknames. The Polish, all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Polish Cannon is what they called him there for a while. And all of his teammates call him Seabass.
Okay.
And this just comes literally from Peter Warwick thinking Sebastian was too long of a name to pronounce and Seabass was quicker.
It's easier.
Too many syllables. Literally it was like, Sebastian's too fucking long. What's up, Seabass? Period. That was the end of it. Sebastian Seabass, done. So that's what everybody calls him from then on, because it is easier than Janikowski.
And he's a big guy, like in Dumb and Dumber. The guy's name was Seabass.
Right. Yeah. So it was right around then. He got the nickname in '97, so that's right after 2 years after Dumb and Dumber, 3 years later. So it was in the vernacular at that point. So kick his ass Seabass was a very common stupid phrase that people would say. So March 2nd, 1978, he's born. For some reason, his date of birth is a great source of debate
really?
Here, whether it's March 2nd, 78 or 79. Several places have it listed at 79, and we're talking like, major publications, things like that. I am going off of the state of Florida's court system because I feel like they'll know what his birthday is. Seems probably
a little more legal.
I think they'll look at his immigration papers and figure it out.
Right.
So I'm going with them, what they say. They have plenty of experience in cataloging him. So he's born in Walbridge, Poland. It's spelled Walbrzych.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? And I looked it up. It's Walbridge in English is how you say it. But wow, there's not enough vowels in there. Oh. I know that Y is sometimes a vowel, but not if it's right after BRZ and then preceding CH. That can't be a vowel then. You need more. It's a place about 110,000 people. It's not a huge place. It's in southwest Poland. It's close to the borders of what's now the Czech Republic, what used to be Czechoslovakia, and what was East Germany when he was growing up. So, as you can imagine, just a fun little area.
Yeah.
I mean, a little triangle with the East Germans and the Czechs. That's just good stuff going on in the 80s for the Czechs as well. They weren't all, they like, this is a disaster to grow up in this. It seems like a very stern area.
Yeah.
Not a lot of comedy clubs popping up around here, I feel like.
Just 30 years after the ending of a terrible war.
Terrible. And East Germany, I mean, that whole thing was obviously very contentious at that point in time. This was still Cold War era. 1978 was the peak of this shit. Right. So, I mean, this is...
But he did get to see a wall come down, right?
I guess if he went over there.
Yeah.
Well, I assume there was probably quite the border over there with East Germany for people trying to escape. But I mean, where are you escaping to? Poland? Poland was Eastern Bloc, too. They were all Eastern Bloc. Right. You're escaping from one...
He grew up in an ugly place.
I'm escaping from one cell block to another.
Right.
Oh, it is. This town, actually, though, is weird because it's not... Like all the places around there, destruction and rubble from World War II. Mm-hmm. For some reason, this town did not get fucked with in World War II.
Untouched.
It's pretty much unscathed by everything. All the buildings, they have this huge castle that's there. Mm-hmm. That's like from 1,000 years ago. Like all sorts of crazy shit. It's very weird with that. Coal mining became a big deal here. So it's kind of a picture an Eastern Bloc coal mining town.
Oh, boy. They're hard enough without the coal mining.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Imagine that, and then put them in a coal mine, coming out with dirt all over their faces. Right. You'd be like, underground's better. Fuck it. It's just as gray.
That might be why they did it. It's safer.
It's safer under here.
Right.
But he was born to Henrik and Helena Janikowski. Those are his parents. He's born in Valbrich. His father is a professional soccer player.
No kidding.
Which explains a lot in terms of his
soccer-style kicking.
Soccer and his athleticism and everything like that. Now, his father moved to the U.S. in the early 80s because that's when there was a bunch of pro soccer leagues in the U.S. NASL was in, and a couple other ones. So you could come over here and actually, make a couple of bucks if you were kind of a half-assed European star, because they were trying to lure them over here to play.
Trying to get that sport popular here, too. And if you can get somebody that's good at it from there.
Exactly. I mean, when they got Pele to play over here, he was 75 years old or something, I think. I don't know. They wheeled him out there, and he came out, and they were like, holy shit, Pele, look at that.
There he is.
We all know who he is.
That's a real guy.
Oh, wow, look at that. The funny thing is, they could have just hired a guy and put Pele on his jersey.
Nobody knows what he looks like.
And put him out there. Not in the United States. The rest of the world, people have been like, that's not fucking Pele. Right. And, he put him on the field in New York, they'd have been like, it's fucking Pele. Whoa, Pele. Kick that fucking ball. Let's go.
Yeah.
And they don't know if whatever he does is good or not either. No. It's soccer. We don't know anything good in soccer.
Foot touches the ball. Sounds good to me.
If eventually someone scores, that must have been set up for, weeks, right? How long do they do that for?
They practice that?
It's a long play. So now they moved around a lot because his father's a professional soccer player, and just like if you're like a minor league baseball player or something, you move around a ton. So the family kind of had a nomadic kind of a wandering lifestyle here. And Sebastian here, he was, he moved all around to Krakow, to Valbrich, Milich, I don't know, and back again to Valbrich, all around because of the soccer here. Sure. Now, his father actually played on, he played in the pros and was a good soccer player. He wasn't some scrub really, but as kind of his career waned a little bit, that's when they really started moving around. Come 1981, he is cut from Poland's World Cup squad.
Oh no!
And that's kind of when it's getting older and he's just not as good anymore. So that's when he tries to go to the United States. It's kind of like a basketball player here will wash out of the NBA, go play in Italy for 3 years and make another $15 million or something.
Turkey or Thailand.
Yeah, exactly. Somewhere, and just go over there and play because they got a name and. Right. People over there are like, holy shit,
there he is.
I've heard of him. Yeah. It's basically, hey, Pele.
Right.
They don't fucking know.
They tell me you're Dennis Rodman.
I guess it is. You could just, any tall guy, it's a white guy with dyed green hair.
His hair funny
Dennis
colors.
Rodman.
There he is.
Really? Yeah.
I expected you to be taller and blacker.
Okay.
Nope.
No, I don't know.
Me.
You look different on TV, but sure, get him out there. Who knows? So finally, though, he bounces all around, and Henrik does. Mm-hmm. He moves to the United States, leaves Sebastian and his mom behind to come here on a work visa.
Right.
And eventually, though, his work visa expires, and he stops playing soccer. He ages out of soccer, so he just stays anyway, the father. He just stays on an expired work visa and finds an American woman to marry.
Okay.
That's his deal,
Smart.
too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Too. Yeah, that was a smart move for him. He wanted to come there. And so his parents end up divorcing, like I said, and his father, Henrik, meets an American citizen. And I don't know, he gave that Polish charm.
Yeah.
You know how that Polish charm goes, especially some Eastern Bloc Polish charm.
Right.
That's what you want.
I don't know anything about their food, cuisine, culture. I know nothing. Only thing I know is Polish hot dogs. You know what I mean? Those bratwurst
that's
things.
what I see, like a bratwurst and some sauerkraut, maybe,
because it's right different because it's straight.
Because it doesn't have like the casing's weird. It's
right.
It's not. It's like
it's red meat rather than the brown stuff.
Yeah, Polish is good. I'll have a Polish sausage.
Interesting.
I'll take it. But you got that. I know there's sauerkraut involved.
Yeah. That's all I got.
I know they drink a lot there.
There's beer.
Vodka.
Yeah,
they like their vodka a lot there. Oh yeah, they love their vodka there. Yeah, it's any of those Russian bloc countries are vodka heavy.
Popular.
Poland's a beer, vodka. Yeah. They like to drink. I know we're probably just besmirching the whole country, but I'm trying to think. Not even now, because I don't know now for shit. But I'm trying to think like 1978 Poland is where I'm going. Not really now. It seems dark and gray.
I'm sure there's history to like the hacky ass jokes about him too.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand where that came from. I know nothing.
No, but I do know this: ethnic stereotype jokes that are very old.
Yeah.
All of them, there are some truth to them. It's always like a nugget, and then it gets blown into this crazy thing. Yeah. So why are Polacks stupid?
Yeah.
So somewhere. Sometime
like one dude
did something really dumb, and everybody's like, "These fucking Polacks are morons," and everyone's like, "Oh, that was Steve. He's the biggest idiot we have.
We think he's dumb too.
That's the dumbest person, literally the dumbest person we have. He's the village idiot. No, only one of us it takes to screw in a light bulb. Just like, why? Where's this coming from? Why is this happening?"
We can operate anything that you can.
What the fuck? That? It's fine. I don't understand.
One tyrant in history hated us terribly, and now all of a sudden everybody does.
That's it. I don't get it. No, I don't buy a bottle rocket and call it my space program. What the fuck? Where is this coming from?
I know the difference between that too.
I don't know where it came from. I'm dying to know.
Poor bastard.
It's fucking weird. So yeah, whatever. So anyway, his parents divorce. He's at home with his mom, and he plays soccer. And Sebastian does, and he's a great soccer player, really good. At one point, he earns a spot on the Polish under-17 national team, and he's a no-joke soccer player.
While he stayed in Poland.
While he's in Poland as a child here, but the problem is they're moving. They don't have a lot of money. Him and his mom, his dad moved over there. This isn't like a great economic time to be, Eastern Bloc Poland in the 80s is not. There's a reason why the wall fell and all that. It's economics, and it was really it was a war of attrition, basically.
It was them pooling their money together to remain a country.
And us just waiting for everyone to get tired of it. You know what I mean? That's the rest of the world going, they'll get sick of it eventually, right? Yeah, they don't want to wait on lines that long. This is the peak of it, man. Sure. So it's a tough place to live. Now his dad would send money here and there while he was playing soccer in America because he was making decent money over here.
While he's married to an American woman?
Well, before he met her, while he was playing soccer still.
Because you'd figure that they're fucking mad at him after that too.
Well, that's once he's done with soccer and gets married again, then he kind of. Not so many checks flying over the Atlantic at that point in time.
Probably not so many Father's Day cards going the other way.
Yeah, I would say not. Sebastian and his mom lived in a 3-room apartment in Valbrich, and he says that this was when he started to kind of run the streets a little bit and kind of do some of the shit that he would be in trouble for later. Based on this here, he got really good at playing pool, billiards.
Really?
Yeah, he hung out at pool halls as a child and got really good at it. So the fact that he was young, people thought he was garbage, so he would hustle some of the older guys for money, extra money. And this is how he would make money around the city, basically. He'd go around to different pool halls trying to hustle people. So that's interesting. And also, while he was there, he got a real taste for vodka.
Really?
That's where he started to just get the little, that's not bad.
Is that rubbing alcohol? No,
hustling and vodka, huh?
Tastes like it.
That's the lifestyle. So he's a teenage pool hustler with a vodka in his hand at this point. So, This is a strange.
That's a life.
This is a strange upbringing here for him. Very, very fucking strange. And where is his mom during this? I don't know.
She must be working.
I assume working, yeah. And his dad is no help, obviously. Right. I don't think his dad was much of a help when he was there either, from what it sounds like.
Doesn't sound like it.
Sounds like his dad kind of did his thing and came home and like tussled his hair and was like, "There you go, little Sebastian."
Right.
Brought him like a soccer ball. Have fun, buddy. And
you
then
play your cards right, you can be a failure like me.
Hey, all right. But at the time, he was hot shit, though. Yeah. That's the thing. So he's doing all of this and drinking vodka. And he said that he first saw American football when his dad sent him a videotape called, it was a highlight tape. Remember all the, like, you'd go to a video store in the 80s and early 90s, and they'd have, like, the sports section. It would have, like, highlight fucking videos.
It was that and the bloopers.
That and the bloopers, and it'd have like all the wrestling tapes in that section too, like special interest. Sure. And then like Denise Austin workout videos.
A couple of Susan Powders.
Yeah, that's what you'd have, all that shit. So his dad sent him a tape called NFL's Greatest Hits.
Oh.
It's one of those highlight tapes. That's the first time Sebastian saw football. Mm-hmm. And if the first time you see football is from one of these NFL Films highlight tapes, that shit looks majestic.
Fuck yeah.
Like, like if you watch it on TV, you just turn it on and look at it. You're like, okay, you have to kind of know the game and know the strategy, because otherwise there's like 10 minutes in between fucking plays.
There's a lot of standing around.
And it's hurry up and wait, and then they go for 3 seconds, and then they stand around for a while more and plan.
And then close-ups on a coach that you have no fucking idea who he is.
Yeah, if you know the game, you get how this is building drama, but if you don't, whatever. But these highlight reels, NFL Films have these, I mean, if you don't know, the swelling, the music, orchestral, bum, 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 with the old, what the hell was his name?
I don't know.
Something with an F.
The composer?
No, the guy who did the voiceover.
Oh.
The Dallas Cowboys.
I know who he
John
is.
something
God damn it.
With an F. I can't remember. It's driving me nuts, but the vaunted defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Slow-mo of just their feet, like trucking through mud.
Because it's great film. It's Steve
incredible.
Sable and the NFL Films crew. Amazing camera work, and I mean it's cinema. They do it like cinema. They follow the ball through the air, the arc of it as it spins and hits the receivers. It's beautiful.
It really is.
They make it look like ballet. It's gorgeous. Slow-mos right at the right time, of ball bouncing, and even the violence looks fucking beautiful. Yeah. It's like this a slow-mo hit with a guy and sweat coming off of him and his helmet going sideways. It's fucking beautiful. It really is.
That a damn near murder was incredible.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bum, 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 bum. You could do that anywhere in life. Like if you put on like a World Star video and you put whatever his name is there, his voiceover, and bum, 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 that music, and had slow bum, as one guy punches another guy in a gas station parking lot. You know what I mean? The desire.
The lighting's not near as good, but
the desire to win exists everywhere, including a Texaco parking lot. Dun, 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 dun. So one crackhead tackles the other. Sweat comes off his head. They go slow motion to the concrete. Dun, 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 dun. And on any Saturday night at 3:00 in the morning,
one crackhead defends the honor of Pump 3.
Well, defends his piece of Brillo pad that they fought over so valiantly. Dun, 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 dun. That'd be beautiful. We'd all watch that and go, wow.
Production is why we would buy something we've already fucking seen.
That's the thing.
You know what I mean?
When they were on,
I saw the game. I want to see it again.
When we were kids, when they'd show the half-hour Super Bowl show, they'd line them up sometimes and do like a marathon, and it was that guy with the music and all that. It was amazing. You'd sit there and just be like, fuck, you just wanted to go play.
I'm reliving it.
I want to tackle somebody in slow motion.
I watched that live. It wasn't near as cool as that.
That's what I mean. Anything NFL Films does is so much better than what you've seen in live action.
And you know the story, but the way they tell the story.
No fucking
and
Joe Buck.
Fuck Joe Buck.
Troy Aikman chiming in. None of that shit. Just the vaunted defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what we need.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah. So anyway, now his father marrying an American meant that he had certain, he became a citizen eventually, his dad, so he could then Henrik could try to bring Sebastian over if Sebastian wanted to. Now, Sebastian really didn't take English, or really didn't speak English. When he ended up coming to the States, he took like a night class. Yeah. It was just English as a second language, night class.
Best of luck, brother.
And watched a lot of TV.
Okay.
So he was one of these guys walking around being like, just like, the Energizer never stop. It keep going and going, huh? And you're like, nice to meet you too, right. Sebastian. Like,
he's starting conversations with what's up?
Yeah, he's just whatever commercials he saw in 1994. You're like, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm James. He's like, AT&T, the best long distance. You can hear pin drop. Sprint terrible.
Pleasure to meet you, Seabass. Yeah.
Hi. Have you tried new Whopper from Burger King? Now 25% more beef. You have it your way.
Right.
He turns into Yakov Smirnoff. In Poland, you can only have it one way. And over here, you have any way.
In Poland, break deserve you.
In Poland, break deserve you. In Poland, hamburger loving you.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's what he's doing, just going up hitting people up.
Poor bastard.
This week on Home Improvement, Tim asked Wilson for advice. I don't know, he became Borat at some point. You know what? From now on, he's Borat for the rest of the show. I don't care.
I come to country to get my own Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh, I buy him.
I buy a JTT.
Very funny, right? They put in house.
He come down, insult me, go back to room.
I say, clean up room. It's mess. He says, not as much as your life. I say, you got a point, and I leave. Very funny.
I would watch that.
I would watch a Polish immigrant tell Jonathan Taylor Thomas to clean his room. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I wanted to call him something.
Fucker was handsome. I was so jealous of that kid. He had the best hair.
Oh,
man.
And
all the girls wanted to kiss him.
What's he doing now?
Fucking has a podcast.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
I'm sure he does. He's just sitting back laughing, counting home improvement money.
Counting syndication money,
He probably got paid a lot more money for that show than Pamela
parents robbed
Anderson.
him. Either one.
Yeah.
His parents fucking robbed him blind.
A World Star video at 3 o'clock in the morning fighting with another crackhead, waiting for NFL Films to narrate it.
The washed up sitcom star.
I'd watch that.
No one has more anger pumping through their veins, exploding out of their fists than a washed-up child actor.
I'll bet he is crushing it. He's probably the most
doing great,
successful
I'm sure.
little fucker out of all of them.
He had to do like 2 Chevy Chase movies, I think, so that's bad.
Yeah.
One of them, I think, was him and Farrah Fawcett, maybe. Chevy Chase and Farrah Fawcett, which is 2 of the crazier people in Hollywood that they had to. That's child abuse putting him in there. So anyway, Sebastian is having a good time learning English from Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Yeah.
He's just going, I see show. I wonder, what's the deal?
This poor bastard, man. He's not, I mean, they say he was acting from 2013 to 2016. He's the same age as I am.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah.
I had no fucking idea.
Well, that's good you were jealous of him.
Jealous of him for the right reasons.
For the right reasons.
Fucker was kicking my ass.
Yeah, he was. He was crushing it, Jimmie.
The voice of the Lion King.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Little prick.
He made it.
You little prick.
Fuck Tool Time money. He's got he does Lion King money.
That's maybe why he's relaxing now.
Probably. So fuck acting. Why would I do that?
I know
I'm Simba.
Macaulay Culkin, I know for a fact, does the same thing. When he doesn't do what he doesn't feel like doing.
Doesn't have to.
He said he fired his agents. Yeah. He does all that. He goes,
he makes his own movies.
He doesn't care.
He picks something he likes and goes, yeah, let's do it.
He does stuff with the Red Letter Media guys on YouTube, the best of the worst. He has his own like YouTube thing. He just fucks around. He said, I have enough money to do whatever the fuck I want.
There's never been a child star who I wanted to be more friends with than Macaulay Culkin.
He is he's so fucking like adjusted to everything. He's just like, you know, he's like, I know what I did, and I have enough money, and I do what the fuck I want, and I have a life is great, and he's a happy motherfucker. Like, he's not one of these guys who is like, oh, I could have been Robert De Niro. You know what I mean?
I
he's
should
like,
still be acting. He's like,
if I see something I like, I'll do it. If not, what the hell?
Who gives a shit? I live in L.A. and I have tons of money.
And he was even good when he was an adult. Like, he was good in Saved. Did you ever see Saved?
No, but I saw Party Monster, one of the best movies I've ever seen.
He's great. He's great in Party Monster. His performance is amazing. But in Saved, he's fucking hilarious.
Really?
Dude, he's hilarious.
I believe it.
Like, it's that Mandy Moore movie, but it's not that. It's making fun of all the Christian kids at school, and Mandy Moore's like the lead one, and all the rest of them are like, Jesus, rolling their eyes at her. And Macaulay Culkin's like one of his Mandy Moore's little brother who's in a wheelchair, and he's just such a sullen little fucker, and he finds some got
a reason to be mad.
He finds some like dirty chick who like they go out drinking and fucking and everything, and he's like just smoking all the time, and it's fucking awesome, man. He's really good in it.
He smokes like a bastard.
Oh yeah, he's always drinking booze on YouTube and shit. He's living his life. He's having a good time.
Smokes like a motherfucker.
Good for you, Culkin.
I think he said in a news article that he was up to like 4 packs a day.
Okay, that's a little much.
Like he's a lot.
That's
James.
too much.
He doesn't
smoking.
Stop smoking.
That's too much.
He
smoking.
Smokes a lot.
That's just too much.
I don't know. It may have had a problem played a problem in his relationship with Mila Kunis. I think.
I'm not sure.
I think that's what I read, was that he was smoking so much that they had to like take a break, and he chose Camels over Mila.
I was going to say, he's always taking a break for a cigarette. He's we'll be back in a minute. And when you're
4 packs a day, when you're always on a cigarette break.
And when you're Culkin, you can do that. I guess you can be like, I'll be back in a minute. Oh, you don't need. All right, I'll just leave then. I don't know. Like, whatever. Do my
thing. Think about that. Say Culkin to anybody. They know who you're talking about.
They know.
He has a little brother. And they still know who he's talking about.
Yeah, but Kieran, come on. You're not.
But nobody goes,
you're not Kevin McAllister. Sorry. I mean, you're just not.
But he was there too. He's standing right next to him.
Doesn't matter. Did he slap his hands on his face?
He didn't.
And say, right. No. And not even that. He was in Uncle Buck, which is even fucking, that's where it was really where you started seeing it. Was Uncle Buck. He was fucking hilarious when he's sitting there grilling John Candy. Yeah. He's great. Okay. We should do an episode about Macaulay Culkin.
Just because he's amazing.
He's just a cool guy.
We'll suck his dick for 30 minutes.
Good dude.
I want to be his best friend.
I know. Seems like a good.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
Yeah. So, anyway, he ends up emigrating to the United States. He comes in and...
Sebastian, not Macaulay.
Sebastian, not Macaulay. Macaulay's always lived here. So Sebastian comes in. I see Home Alone on TV.
Show me aftershave.
Don't be afraid of old man just because he looks scary. Might be sensitive inside.
Breaking old man's heart.
Don't break old man heart. Call you father on Christmas. So he comes over, moves to Orlando.
How old is he at this point?
His teens.
Okay.
He's like 15,
Yeah.
and leaves the Polish national soccer team and all that to try to make it over here, come over here. And his mother stays in Poland, by the way. So he comes over with his dad. And he plays a little bit of soccer over here, plays for the Orangewood Christian Academy. It's a private school there. I'm sure they recruited him, and plays there, leads them to the Class A state championship game by scoring 15 goals, which is good there. Not too shabby. He lives with his father and stepmother in Orlando at that point, which is
That's tough.
That's tough, yeah. Nobody wants to live in Orlando.
Eastern Bloc or
Orlando? Jesus Christ.
It's tough to go. Oh. You can't go underground in Orlando.
You can have it your way, but so much trash. You can't have people your way, unfortunately.
Nothing else is
People
your way.
wear cut-off shorts and no shirt all the time. And men with flip-flop all time.
This town is so weird.
Such a strange place. So, yeah, he ends up joining an under-19 soccer team called the Orlando Lions, and he's coached by a guy named Angelo Rossi, who was an Argentinian soccer star in his younger days. Angelo Rossi. There is a shitload of Italian people in Argentina, by the way. Argentina has the second most Italian people next to Italy.
Is that right?
Absolutely. It's Italy, then Argentina.
I mean, it seems...
Tons of them.
In my head, I see well,
it was a closer trip to South America too. I think so. A lot of them went to South America. There's
similar
also
climate.
Similar. A lot of things down there too. It's Spanish and Italian people mix easily,
and the language is not.
The language is similar. The food is similar. A lot of it's similar. The cultures are very similar. It's just very similar. If you see, you
can see the A to B.
When you just go to Spain and go to Italy, it's pretty close, pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't that much of a difference, and then it just gets hairier as you get toward Greece. So you should go that way. But yeah, there's not much of a fucking difference. Venezuela too. There's a lot of Italians there.
I can see that too.
Yeah, they moved there back in the day, and then it, obviously, I hope they don't still want to be there because Venezuela is a fucking disaster.
It's a mess right now. Yeah,
it's a little bit of a communist dictatorship. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. So anyway, Rossi is also the soccer coach at Seabreeze High School in Daytona Beach, Florida, and convinces Henrik that his son should play high school soccer because if he plays high school soccer, he'll be seen by colleges, and this is good for him, obviously. So he agreed, but Henrik wouldn't move to Daytona Beach. He wanted to stay in Orlando.
So what's he do?
So he sends Janikowski to move in with Rossi and his family.
Oh, boy.
How many times have we seen this?
Heard?
How many times have we seen people just like, if their kid has athletic prowess, they just give them away?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it if you're, it's a better future for the kid and all that, but you could try to just move there too.
Yeah. Also, if you love that kid and you want him to have the best things in life, haven't you heard what weirdos do when they take you away from your, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, luckily Rossi wasn't a weirdo.
He was worthy of
thankfully,
trust.
Yeah. Thankfully, he's not a weirdo.
This could have gone way worse.
Oh, it could have been horrible. Yeah.
In Florida, have you not heard that it's crazy down there?
Jesus Christ!
Don't give your kid to.
They could have sold him for Christ's sake or something into some sort of cocaine ring.
At best.
At best, yeah.
In the best case scenario.
Yeah. So he loved soccer. He said, here's Janikowski said, quote, "Soccer was my life. It's in my blood." That was what he said at the time when somebody talked to him at a high school newspaper there. And he thinks about also some of his friends from high school that he meets and kids that Rossi's, like the soccer kids, say, why don't you try to play football as well?
Right.
Like, you should try football. And he was like, I don't really know anything about football. He said, I knew nothing about the plays. I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
I didn't know shit about football. All I knew was, tackles happen in slow motion.
Right.
And it's very, very mesmerizing.
There's a lot of music playing. It's very weird.
It's really weird, but that announcer's pretty cool. If I could have him just, narrating my life, things would be fine. So the school's football coach also tries to recruit him. He comes to try, never kicked a football before. Just, comes to try out and see what he can do. He's wearing jeans and sneakers and shit. He doesn't have a football outfit, and he doesn't know. He's just like, I'll just give this a shot. And he does by immediately kicks the ball. They're like, holy shit, what the fuck is that?
We'll take him.
Yeah, you can. Apparently, when you kickers, it's the same as you can hear a ball hitting a glove in baseball. A good coach can hear a ball hit a glove and turn around and go, what the fuck was that?
Who was that?
Yeah. They just know if they know the sound of it. Right. Whereas kicking's the same way. A certain boom on the ball, they go, whoa, hold on a second here. What the shit is going on?
That makes sense because I've heard it playing soccer. You can hear a good kicker.
Yeah.
Versus somebody that's has a day job and drinks a lot of beer and is doing this for fun.
Exactly.
Is doing this to not punch their wife.
Yeah. This is different. And you could fucking tell it's different. Yeah. He just kicks the shit out of the ball in high school. He kicks 4 field goals over 50 yards in his senior year.
In
games, which is in high school. I don't know if you've ever watched a high school football game, but an extra point is it's an adventure.
Yeah.
An extra point is it's planes, trains, and automobiles, man. Crazy shit could happen there.
That's hitting somebody's car in the parking lot.
Maybe. If the parking lot's I was going to say if the parking lot's over to the sideline, maybe, because it's not going through the uprights.
It's behind the bleachers.
And a 35-yard field goal or something is just like, we'll give it a shot, I guess, but it's very unlikely it's going to happen. Very unlikely.
That ball's landing on the goal line, and we all know it.
You have to snap and then get a hold right at the same time as a guy running up kicking it while other people are trying to block it. We're not doing this as children.
And this guy that's about to kick it is thinking about that D he just got on his history point.
That's the other thing. And he also is like the safety, but they said we need a kicker. So here he is. Meanwhile, if you have like a good kicker like this, it's a completely different game if you have a real kicker. So
and he drilled 450s or more.
50 over 50 yards. One of them was for 60 yards.
Unreal.
Which was third best in Florida high school history.
Wait. There were 2 more that were better?
That were better in high school history in Florida. That's the part that freaked me out. I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
Who are those guys?
Yeah.
During a practice, he kicked an 82-yard field goal in practice. So he's got all the leg in the world. Like, he can kick the ball for fucking miles. And we won't talk a lot about kicking after this, probably. It'll be mostly about him being an asswipe.
Great.
But I mean, so you got to do something. So he's heavily recruited by just about everybody. He's one of the top kickers in the nation. Yeah. And it only takes 1 year of doing it. They only have to see you kick twice, and they're like, they want to recruit you. They don't care. You don't speak English, no problem.
The only reason it takes a year is because you got to finish that year to get back into the next year for college.
That's it. So, yeah, he is a USA Today All-American team in 1996. So he can't even speak English, but he's an All-American. Look at this fucking guy. Good for you.
All-American doesn't speak the language.
Good for him, man, right?
Yeah.
So he's doing his thing. Like I said, he's recruited by tons of different colleges. Every powerhouse you can think of is recruiting him. Everybody needs a good kicker in college. College is the same way.
Yeah.
Kicking is an adventure in college, except for once in a while there's decent kickers here and there, but I mean, there's 120 Division I schools, there's like 8 good kickers, and the rest it's like fingers crossed it's a 38-yarder. It's not a given, by any stretch of the imagination. Now, there's several reports here. I don't know if this is true or not, but several reports that an Argentinian soccer club tried to sign him out of high school to play soccer.
Really?
Yes, based on a lot of things, including Rossi knowing him and everything. And it was a 2-year contract worth about $1.8 million.
Sitting there.
Is the rumor here coming out of high school, but he also is being recruited to play football. And the way he looks at it, he said that he didn't. The problem was with football, it's harder because he doesn't speak very good English and it's hard to be with his friends. But if he goes to Argentina, they don't speak Polish either.
Right.
So he's like, that's a kind of a toss up. He speaks more English than anything they're speaking there.
Right.
So he's thinking about that. And also he thinks if he's here and if he can get this going, if he can actually have a career in football, he can bring his mom over here as well as another thing. So, there's something he's thinking about. They asked him about it when he got recruited for college, and he says, quote, "It's just kicking, I'm sure he didn't say it that clearly.
No, he did not.
But he said, it's just kicking, He said, it's nothing different for me. I mean, it's simple for me. Maybe not for everybody else, but it's simple for me. That's the way it is." That's the way it is.
Can you imagine just having raw-ass talent like that? You're just like, I don't know.
Confidence.
I kicked the fucking ball.
I don't know. Maybe not easy for everyone, but easy for me. Simple. I don't know what everyone else do in mind and kickball wrong way into parking lot and break Buick windshield. Not me.
Right.
I kick through upright.
Right.
And so good I aim for a girl I like and stand, and she catch, and I say, hello there.
And I'm so good at it. I'll turn down $2 million.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah,
at the chance at doing this shit for real.
Yeah, one of the coaches for the colleges that were recruiting him said, "quote This kid's as good as I've ever seen." Yeah. Grace.
You really?
Let's call it grace because his career is great, but just him as a human being just really devolves quickly from here. He really gets into the American, like, kind of I'm hot shit lifestyle, like, real quick. Yeah. Which, the second he comes over here, he's a star in soccer, and then he's like this nationally touted football player. Yeah. So he's got like just, I'm wonderful. Right. Like
America's easy.
Yeah, exactly. Right. America's easy. Right. I'm wonderful.
Why is everybody bitching?
What the fuck is so hard here? I don't know why it's so hard for you. Simple for me. Right. I kick ball. Why can't everyone take ball, kick 60 yards through thing? I don't know what you call thing like H and U. I don't know.
The second I landed, they put me on a team. Then they put me on another team. Now I'm on this team.
They begged me to be on teams.
Keep begging me for shit.
Don't even really have to try out so much.
I'm so good at America. They're giving me $2 million to leave it.
I love it. I'm good at America. Like America's a fucking game.
I'm so good at America.
I'm good at America. That's fucking amazing.
That's what he is.
You could say that about a lot of people. Yeah. Just be like, you know what? He's good at America. That's the truth.
Really Jeff Bezos just figures he knows how to play America.
I guess he's just good at America.
He's been playing so long. He's good at it.
Peyton Manning's good at America. You know what I mean? That LeBron is excellent at America.
He is really
He's so good at it.
Michael Jordan is master of America.
He was great. He's master of America. He's excellent at it. Well, we're only talking about sports figures. Imagine if we got into business people and politicians and shit.
Johnny Depp has downfalls. Pretty good at America.
Pretty good at America. Yeah. So good he doesn't even live here anymore. He moved to fucking France. He's good at France, too.
He's good at every country.
He's such a douchebag.
He really is.
God, he's a douchebag.
Can you imagine breaking up with Sarah and then plastering into the news that she shit the bed once?
No, that's insanity.
Crazy.
No, he's a fucking asshole.
You can't
I'm sorry.
talk about that.
I mean, they're both firing shots, but it's still
that one's pretty dirty.
You two are both bad people, but I think he's worse. I don't know why. But I think he's worse.
And I say that as a man who has fully divulged my ex peeing in my bed. That is much different.
You weren't married to her, though.
No, that's true.
Yeah, and you never gave her name out.
Yeah, that's true.
She's just bed puddle. Yeah, that's what I mean.
You pee in my bed. That's one thing, but you shit it? That's crazy.
We're not. You've never outed bed puddle. Nope. I've never outed fart girl.
No, keep that stuff under wraps.
We keep it under wraps. These nicknames are enough.
I'm not going to ruin your life.
Nope. So Sebastian chooses to go to college and play football. Where does he choose to go to college?
Where?
Well, let's see. If you're a douchebag, and you're a quintessential douchebag, and you're like, I want to go to the place where the douchebags go. No.
UCLA?
Worse than that. No. Think trashier.
Oh, trash?
Think plastic cups.
Oh, Jesus. Alabama?
Florida State.
There you go.
Florida State. The Arizona State of the East.
Get to those Seminoles. Let's see.
I swear to God, those states should be sister schools.
I mean, they got similar colors.
The same idiots go to both of them, too. No offense to anyone who goes there, but if you went there and then listened to this show, you're probably smarter and went, God, these people are fucking morons when you went there. Those are the people we're talking about. Idiots. So, they're both known as, fall asleep in the yard in a pool of your own vomit schools.
With your genitals out.
No
matter what sex you are, your genitals are out.
Your genitals out.
And then you go, what?
And there's some poop on them, and you're not sure how it got there or whose it is.
And they're like, what's the problem? What do you mean, what's the problem? You're the fucking problem.
Let me just clean the puke off my chin, and I'll get going. And then I'll give me my keys and let me clean the puke off my chin and I'll drive away.
Stop wasting your parents' money.
Jesus. Yeah, it's worthless.
You're not going to graduate. What are you doing?
And if you do, what are you doing down there? Come on. So.
And if you graduate, whatever degree you have is the easiest one offered.
And they're going to go, Florida State, eh?
I thought I smelled it.
Unless it's another Florida State alum.
Right. And they high five and pull out the keg and they start doing keg stands.
So I was going to say, they can talk about
this job.
Did you ever shit your pants and pass out on the lawn of that frat house? I did. Wow, yeah, it's a great lawn. It's the softest of all the frat house lawns. Jesus. He goes there. He goes to Florida State to play for Bobby Bowden, who's a complete asshole, redneck, old fart.
He's good at it.
Oh, he's good at being a redneck, asshole, old fart, but he's still a redneck, asshole, old fart. So I remember when I was a kid just hating that guy. He was the type of guy if you're a kid and you're rebellious and he's just this old southern fart and you go out there and play football, you're just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Hated that guy. So the team though is great this year. They're 11-1.
Oh.
This is when Florida State was really in their dominant years here. Pretty goddamn good. 11-1. They rank third in the final poll.
Really?
So not too bad. I would say they go all the way to the Sugar Bowl and play Ohio State and beat them 31-14.
How about that?
So pretty good year. Finished third overall, not too shabby. Sebastian, on the other hand, here does pretty well for his freshman year. He plays in all 11 games. Not too bad. He's 37 for 39 in extra points, which for college is great. And he does 16 of 21 in field goals, which
not bad.
Great for a freshman kicker. They're thrilled with him. He says, this is good here. And this is almost like a Matty Nycanon thinking about pussy, except the opposite, because his brain is completely clear. He says, everybody always asks me what I think about when I kick. I don't really know what's going on in my mind.
I think about how good at America I
don't know. I say America easy. I kick ball far. Poof.
Yeah.
See it fly? I am America. That's awesome. That's all he has to do is come in a few times a game, kick a ball, and you're great at America.
This is a fascinating episode for me, too, because he should still be playing.
Well, he's like 42 now.
Yeah, he still has at least 12 more years to go.
Yeah. He's not Morton Anderson, for Christ's sake. Or fucking, God, who's the other guy?
Another Anderson?
No, it was Morton, but then the Lowry was the other one. Nick Lowry kicked for fucking ever. He was like 51 when he was done or some
the
shit.
Giants, too, that played for
guys,
fucking ever.
Punters and kickers. Fiegels played till he was like 49. He's a punter, but punters even less. You don't come in, punt, nobody touches you.
Not allowed.
Not allowed. Stay away.
Get away, fucker.
He didn't want anybody to.
No.
Or at least he wore shoes, Janikowski, unlike other guys who used to have one
foot,
bare foot, and he's running around trying to tackle people.
Right.
Rich Carlos on the Broncos in the 80s. Right. Running around in the snow trying to tackle people. You have one shoe on. What the fuck is wrong with you? Someone's going to step on your fucking unshoed foot in the snow. So he's
giving my wife reasons for me to have to take the trash out when it's snowing.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing it. You can do it too.
Yeah, you're fine. He's a weirdo. I don't know. Yeah. He's European or something.
Probably.
So he said, quote, this is a coach of his, quote, he's filled with confidence. It's great to see that. He has the most brimming with confidence. His coach continued, quote, he's mentally prepared to do what he's doing. He's very sure he wants to go out there. So
he's got no reason to not be.
No, he just
everything's been given to him.
Well, it's just easy. He's good at what they ask him to do.
Yeah.
And so that's all they ask him to do. Wow. Kick the ball. I kick ball.
I can't imagine.
And then good.
Yeah.
Girls have sex with me.
Right.
Okay. People give money. Girls have sex. Drugs, wonderful.
They give me college.
America, very nice.
Very good at
Very good at America. So 1998 comes around here, July of 98. So it's the summer before his sophomore season here. And he's hanging out in Tallahassee, of course, as everyone in Florida State does. And he is apparently gets into a bit of a scuffle in the bar, and he is thrown out of this bar and asked never to return, if possible.
What year is this?
This is 98.
By my count, he's not allowed.
He's not
in that
21.
bar.
No, not at all. No, it's Florida State. Though. It's around Florida State. So, I mean, come on.
It's in his dorm.
I mean, date rape's a gray area probably in this bar. Like in the bar. Like in the main area.
Right.
Like in the booth.
There's one booth that it's not allowed in.
The girl's nodding off, and they're like, you're good with this, right? And I give a thumbs up. Carry on. She just goes,
Take this shot if you're okay.
And we're not we're not making fun of date rape. No. We're making fun of Tallahassee.
Yeah, in Florida.
For being okay with this. Women run. Yeah. Run from Tallahassee.
Get out of there.
So he's thrown out, asked never to return. Of course, a month later, he returns.
Yeah.
Obviously. So he is charged with failing to leave the premises and all this type of shit. He returns, gets into a fight outside the bar is the problem. So, yeah, there's an issue, and he's charged with not failing to leave a premises, a couple other
charges.
Little things like that, disorderly conduct. He pleads no contest to it. He's fined $295.
Okay.
It's a misdemeanor, doesn't affect his immigration status or anything like that, because he's not a citizen yet. He's still...
Just looks shitty.
Yeah, it just doesn't look great in the newspaper, for him. But I mean, and they blow it off as boys will be boys. That guy in a bar having a fight with another guy, who cares? Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. They just blow it off like that.
It's 1998.
It's 98. Yeah, they're not really looking that hard. I mean, they are because it's kind of picky, but Florida State is not one of those places. Yeah. Florida State's a very boys will be boys type of place, especially back then. So November 21st, 1998. I mean, they still Jameis Winston. That just fucking happened, and they're just like, they kind of shrug their shoulders on it. So November 21st, 1998, he gets into another fight outside a bar. This time with a Florida State cheerleader, a male cheerleader.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't go punch some little blonde chick in her face or anything, which is helpful. Yeah. Sebastian's like 6'2", over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And when he gets heavier, he's 250, 260.
Did he get that big?
Oh, yeah. He got real big for a while. But I mean, that's late in his career. But in here, he's 220, 225. He's a fucking big guy. Mm-hmm. He's got legs like tree trunks.
Right.
His goddamn thighs are the size of your torso.
Waist down is 2 cheerleaders.
Oh, he's a huge person. Yeah. I mean, you can see his legs are...
Yeah,
it's clear that he'd be able to kick a football based on his legs.
He's wearing lineman pants.
Oh, yeah, big time. He has to be. So he gets into a fight here, like I said, with a male Florida State cheerleader, which is just weird. Yeah. He's cheering for him one minute, and then they're fighting another minute. What was that fight over, you think?
I'm sure there was some fun words being thrown about.
Right?
So Polish accent. Some man-kissing slurs.
He's just yelling fucking home improvement lines at him.
Just like growling at him.
I said clean your room, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. The fuck are you talking about, bro?
How crazy is that? That guy had a catchphrase that was a growl, James.
Yeah. He sucks so bad. Boy. But think about it. It's Janikowski, though. He's like... You burst in bar, come through door like Kramer, like I'm supposed to be happy you're here. Now you want to fight me?
It's all 90s sitcoms.
It's all he's got. It's all he does is watch TV and get shit from that. He's like, you come in here like we are all friends and you are Joey and Chandler and Monica and I am Rachel waiting for you. But I am not Rachel waiting for you. How dare you call me Rachel? I kill you. And then there was a big fight, I assume.
Right.
The guy's like, fuck is he talking about? Who's Rachel? Ow.
Right.
Fucking guy's crazy. So the FSU cheerleader's name is Mauricio Colon. So Mauricio Colon and Jesus Christ, these two are fucking fighting. Apparently they punched each other outside of the bar here. This is after FSU beat Florida 23-12.
Oh boy.
So you'd think a cheerleader and it's the guy would be
this should be a smile night.
This should be happy. Right. Instead they're punching each other in a bar. And, that's how it works there. But Janikowski doesn't care about that. They end up not filing any charges against anybody.
Really?
Prosecutor looks into it and they said, boys will be boys. You know how they are out there fighting each other. You know how it goes when they start calling each other Rachel and things get out of hand. How dare you move to Melrose Place and tell me.
Yeah, the cheerleader got punched, but he got to slap him back, so it's fine.
The cheerleader said something, and Janikowski said, whatever, as if. I
don't know. It is 98.
It's not,
hysterical.
You are a loser, and he puts an L on his head. You are such a loser. Hold on, I don't want to fight. I don't want to ruin this wonderful Sugar Ray song that is playing over the speakers right now. Wait. I just want to. Don't you want to fly? I want to fly.
That throws in a not joke.
Yeah, not. Hey, right? And somebody else kick his ass, Seabass.
It's an ugly time.
And we find out it's just an episode of I Remember the 90s, and we're like, what happened? Bad times. And while everyone was doing this, they all had clothes on that were 8 sizes too big. Way too big, but comfortable.
Yes.
Oh, clothes.
So comfortable. How crazy is that?
What are we doing as a society?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'll get back to Janikowski in a minute, but what are we doing where my jeans make my balls crush?
Right.
Where literally every move is a ball crushing adventure.
Right.
And we had clothes that were just fucking comfortable. Yeah. And everybody agreed, we'll all just wear this and say it looks nice and be comfortable. And instead
we're going to cinch our pants up.
No.
Not just from the ankle to the waist. Everything tightened so that I look like a fucking pot roast. Everything that I've got too much spilling out everywhere. Why the fuck am I doing this? It's not fair.
You can't carry anything in your pockets either, Jimmy. No.
I have these tight-ass jeans and this giant-ass phone. Where am I supposed to put this shit? I gotta walk around with it?
That's how it works now.
And it's fragile as fuck. And if I drop it, it costs me $300? Yeah. Sure, let's do that.
Can we have baggy clothes back?
I'd like to have that back.
If you're a designer or anybody, just baggy or a little baggy. Because we've gone as tight as we can go. It's got if you want to sell any more pants, you're going to have to go the other way with them at this point. So start fucking loosening them now. In about 3 years, we're going to have like fucking Jenkos back. That's too much, by the way.
We'll start tightening them back up.
That's it. Then we'll cinch them back down.
It's fascinating. We had those jeans.
You do that every time.
The waist fit, but nothing else.
No. And then the waist didn't fit either.
Well, no? Yours didn't fit you?
No.
I had a 36 or 34, 32.
I wore like a 31 waist. I had like a 36 pants I was wearing. They didn't fit. Yeah.
I wore the waist pants. Was smaller than the fucking barrel of the pant leg.
I guess, yeah, giant. That was all giant pants.
It's bizarre.
This is not time.
Triangle happening downstairs. It looked like a dress. Why was I wearing a big skirt?
I don't know. 2 of them.
Each leg has its own skirt.
No shit, Jesus. So Janikowski, though, he's enjoying this. He says to a newspaper, the Tallahassee Democrat, he says, quote, "It feels good that people know you. The first time I came here, people would say, oh, that's the kicker. But now when I walk down the street, people talk to me. And it's fun. I like that." Yeah. Now, by the way, he's pretty much known for, a lot of people say, like, he would go to bars and sit kind of by himself and drink and not really want to talk to anybody. Like, you came up to him and be like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" He'd be like, "Go away. I am drinking now."
But then why go to a bar? Do that in your fucking dorm.
To find a woman he likes. Maybe. I have no idea. Because he likes his ladies, as we'll get into. Now, 1998, Florida State is 11-2. They are third in the final polling again. They lose in the Fiesta Bowl this year to Tennessee, 23-16. So, yeah, that's, whatever. Not too shabby, though. That's all right. They end up, Sebastian, though, has a good year. It's 42 for 43 in extra points. Wow. 27 of 32 in field goals. So an excellent year for him.
You can see the strategy that they're beginning to put into play.
Yeah.
If we can't get the touchdown, I don't care where we are on the field. Go kick it, barrel ass.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's a weapon to have on the football field if you don't have to go for it, and you're like, oh, we can actually make a 44-yard field goal. Let's just make it rather than fucking having to go for it on 4th down. Right. So he ends up being a consensus All-America on the All-American team and the 1998 Lou Groza Award winner.
What is that?
You don't know Lou Groza, Jimmy?
No.
Jesus, you don't have the Lou Groza shoes?
I don't.
And the Lou Groza I have no idea who Lou Groza was, but it's an award given to the nation's top kicker. Every position has their own award, like linebackers, the Butt Kiss Award, and they all have their own award. Yep. And apparently this is the top kicker in the nation, so he gets that as a junior. And in 1999, he is forced to, January of 99, he is arrested for underage alcohol possession.
What is he?
He's got 2 more months left.
He loves drinking.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
He likes drinking things that aren't even alcohol, as we'll find out. He likes drinking drugs. He likes drinking everything. So he ends up being arrested for underage alcohol possession, and he ends up pleading no contest to that, and he is fined $215, and you, sir, may fuck off, sentenced to a day of collecting garbage along the road.
Oh. In Florida?
That's in January, at least.
That's not even going to stop anything.
They
won't even notice that you did anything.
I was going to say, you could litter out there, and they'd be like, "Good job."
Right.
There'd be more shit there. Great job, son.
Just bring your own trash bag already full.
Yeah, I got all this stuff. All right. That's good. So that's what he does here. So 1999 rolls around with Florida State. This time they are 12-0 this year.
Really?
Yeah, this is pretty wild. 12-0. They're number 1 overall, obviously. They go on to blow out Virginia Tech in the Sugar Bowl, 46-29. So, was that Michael Vick?
It must have been.
I think 99. Yeah, it had to be Michael Vick, Virginia Tech.
Right.
So, yeah, they beat the shit out of them in the Sugar Bowl, 46-29, and they are national champions.
Wow.
So that is pretty wild.
His
there.
Senior year?
Senior senior year. Well, he's a junior technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a junior, but he's not going to stay after this.
Okay, I wouldn't either.
Fuck no. Jesus Christ, this is know when to go.
Yeah.
This is
best kicker in the country and national champ. Goodbye.
Bye. Yeah. See you later. Yeah, that's what I mean. You're looking great here. In fall of 1999, or during this here, they talks to Sports Illustrated, and they talk to him about maturing and whatever, and he says, I'm more grown up. Sure, I got drunk and into fights, but I was younger. This was literally 6 months ago that this was going on.
You're literally 20.
Yeah,
you son of a bitch.
I was younger. I understand my life now and my role on planet Earth. He says, I drink less now. I say no. I drink less now.
Yeah.
Now that I've stopped drinking.
That's not saying no.
I don't get as hammered as I used to.
Right.
He says, my life is moving on and I realize what I can have. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. In other words, I really want to get paid, so I'm going to say the right shit for now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get hammered when I go out. And if someone pisses me off, I'm going to hit him.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm not 21.
Yeah. So, he's good now is basically what he's saying.
Oh,
he's all fine. Unfortunately, though, like a couple weeks after that, he misses curfew before a big bowl game, which isn't a great thing. But Bobby Bowden just joked about it and said, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'll find him.
No one else is going to kick 50-yard field goals in the big national championship game, so fuck it. So, that wasn't smart of him. But he's 47 of 47 on extra points that year, and 23 of 30 on field goals, but he's kicking some long ones. Mm-hmm. And he's a 1999 All-American consensus, and 1999 Lou Groza Award winner again. Again. He is the only player ever to win the award 2 years in a row.
Back to back.
Still, to this day. The only guy to ever do that. So, that's pretty impressive, I guess.
He was good from day one of getting to fucking America.
Yeah. Second he kicked the football, they were like, yep, just like that.
That guy'll do.
Literally, they were like, no problem.
Just do that over and over again and everything will be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. One of his coaches later on is saying, like, at first, he's a little resistant to come to this slower and put your leg. But once he got it, though, after the first day when you just told him slow to your approach, then it worked out fine. Okay. Jesus Christ. And kickers are so flighty. I mean, they're like relief pitchers. They can go bad at any minute and flake out, and you never know it.
You change one thing about their kick, and it's all ruined.
Oh, yeah. Well, they can miss one kick at a bad time. It fucks with their head, and then they're fucked forever. A kicker's a weird position.
Finicky.
It's not normal.
No.
You almost need a meathead like this who says, I don't know what people think about. I think about nothing. That's what you need. This guy just goes, I see ball, I kick ball. There's no... Do you think it rattles around in his head like the last one he missed?
No.
I don't think he even fucking remembers he missed a kick.
There's probably only like 9 of them anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, he could be like 10 years into his career, you to talk about that. Do you have a problem with missed kicks? And he'd be like, I missed like one in the entire career. I don't know. I think perfect. I do fine. Like, he wouldn't even fucking know that he missed the kick. He's so cocky. It doesn't even matter. So Bowden said about him, quote, boy, have you ever thought about how many national championships we might have if we had Janikowski every year of my career? Because the kicker makes a difference in a lot of close games here. Yeah. So he decides after this, though, his junior year, that he's going to leave school early after his junior year and go to the NFL. He tells the newspapers the most convenient thing for that. Not, I'd like to go make a lot of money now. Right. He says that he wants to turn pro so he can have his mother join him from Poland, which I'm sure is true.
It's the right words.
It's also the right words to say here. Okay, now this brings us to January of 2000. This is right after the season's over.
Right.
Beginning of 2000. He's, April's the NFL draft, so he wants to be drafted. So you think he'd be trying to keep a low profile here.
Yeah, I'd just be stretching my leg every day.
No, he does the opposite of that. He goes out, January of 2000. He's arrested. Oh, this is so fucking dumb. He's at the Grove nightclub here, and there's a dispute. I guess an officer, Chris Knight, is working as an off-duty. He's off-duty, but he's working as a bouncer here. So the club told this night guy that Janikowski was welcome, but that his friends were not welcome in the place, apparently. That's how this went. So this night guy told Janikowski's roommate, a guy named Aaron Silverman, that he had to leave. To leave the Grove nightclub, I'm sorry. Silverman refused, and after several warnings, this guy took him into custody, basically. He fucking cuffed him up. So Janikowski... Fucking moron. He approaches this cop as the guy's doing paperwork in his patrol car. Okay. And he asked a few questions. Now, he's talking, what's going on. Basically, he's being arrested.
Yeah.
Where do I find him later? That sort of shit, right? So this guy's just doing his report, answering questions for Janikowski. And he said, the cop said when he looked up again, quote, Janikowski was smiling and counting out money. So he said Janikowski stepped back to the car and said, how much? Mm-hmm. And so the cop was like, what are you talking about? Janikowski offered him $300 to let his friend go. He's like, he's counting out money. $300 enough? Come on, let him go.
Bribe.
Yeah, he's like, come on. I mean, he's a college kid.
Right. This is all I got.
This isn't NFL money here.
Right.
Catch me in like 6 months and I can get you back. But he's trying to fucking bribe a cop to let his friend go.
$300.
With $300,
right.
Which is just dumb.
Pay half your car payment?
I mean, dude. Come
How's
on.
that feel?
Electric bill? Come on. What? Come on.
Behind the closed doors of government offices and military compounds, there are hidden stories and buried secrets from the darkest corners of history. From covert experiments pushing the boundaries of science to operations so secretive they were barely whispered about. Each week, on Redacted, Declassified Mysteries, we pull back the curtain on these hidden histories. 100% true and verifiable stories that expose the shadowy underbelly of power. Consider Operation Paperclip, where former Nazi scientists were brought to America after World War II, not as prisoners, but as assets to advance U.S. intelligence during the Cold War. These aren't just old conspiracy theories. They're thoroughly investigated accounts that reveal the uncomfortable truths still shaping our world today. The stories are real. The secrets are shocking. Follow Redacted, Declassified Mysteries on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Redacted early and ad-free right now on Wondery Plus.
A few miles from the glass spires of Midtown Atlanta lies the South River Forest. In 2021 and 2022, the woods became a home to activists from all over the country who gathered to stop the nearby construction of a massive new police training facility, nicknamed Cop City.
At approximately 9 o'clock this morning, as law enforcement was moving through various sectors of the property, an individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper.
This is We Came to the Forest, a story about resistance.
The abolitionist mission isn't done until every prison is empty and shut down.
Love and fellowship.
It was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
And the lengths we'll go to protect the things we hold closest to our hearts. Follow We Came to the Forest on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
So it's a third-degree felony, bribery, and he's charged with it. He's charged with attempted bribery of a police officer.
Wow.
Which isn't good. He's put in jail. He's released on a $1,000 bail. If found guilty, he faces up to 5 years in prison, a $5,000 fine, and deportation.
Holy shit!
Yeah, don't try to bribe cops. Apparently,
unless you're the mafia and you've
holy
got
shit.
a shit.
Well, if you're going to do it, make it so they're definitely going to take it.
Right.
If you say here's $100,000, he's probably not going to turn you in. But if $300, he's like, fuck this idiot, So
it might be funny just to put you in court for this.
That's what I mean for this guy, especially for this cocky fuck. So April 15th, 2000 is the NFL draft. So, I mean, he's already been arrested a few times now. He's a moron. Everything he does is stupid.
Right.
He's a fucking idiot. And that's, so, teams really, really go out of their way to scout people and scout their personalities and make sure that they're not, make sure
embarrass us.
Well, it's an investment, these players, and the more that we go along, the bigger of an investment it is, especially in the first round. It's an investment, so they look into it. And this year, the NFL draft, first player overall chosen, Jimmie? 99, or it's 2000 NFL draft.
2000,
yeah.
Shit. Was it a wide receiver?
It was not.
Who was it?
Courtney Brown.
What?
Courtney Brown.
For the Browns.
Yeah.
Defensive end?
Defensive end did not work out.
No
Huge
kidding.
bust, 19 career sacks.
Blew his knee out, I think.
He's just
I think that happened.
Injured and shitty. Number 2 overall, LeVar Arrington, though. He played forever. Good guy there. Chris Samuels, the tackle, number 3. Was a great tackle for Washington forever. Peter Warrick, the receiver for Cincinnati for a long time. Number 5, Jamal Lewis in Baltimore.
Wow.
Which is a great pick. Corey Simon, the Philadelphia defensive tackle. Thomas Jones, the Cardinals picked. I remember he held out and everything. Yeah, because the Cardinals can't sign anybody because they're idiots.
That was a thing for like 6 years.
Yeah,
their first
they would
round,
never sign them.
Never sign.
They come in at the end of training camp and then have a bad rookie season. They're like, we don't get it. Our rookies always suck.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. It's weird. Maybe they don't know the plays. I don't know. Number 8, Plaxico Burress.
Oh.
Overall, yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah, me too. Before he fucking shot himself like a moron. Number 9 overall, Brian Urlacher.
No kidding.
He's Hall of Famer at this point. And you got your Ron Danes and your Deltha O'Neills.
He was good.
He was really good. Yeah. Julian Peterson, another great linebacker for the San Francisco. Number 17 overall, the Oakland Raiders select Sebastian in the first fucking round.
What?
In the first round.
How many times has a kicker been?
I'll let you know here in a second.
Holy shit.
Now, fuck, if you're not a football fan, you don't know, this is extremely rare. You don't kick you do not pick a kicker in the first round.
Right.
There's a lot in the second round, but that's because you can't pick one in the first round. Ever. You just don't do it.
If you ever play fantasy football on a whim as a joke or just to see what it's about, your friends will tell you don't pick a kicker in the first round.
Pick a kicker in the first 10 rounds. Never mind. But in the NFL, you definitely don't pick a kicker in the first round. They do. After him was Chad Pennington, Sean Alexander, the really good running back there. He was great. Fucking Ahmed Plummer was a good defensive back. A bunch of decent guys here. Oh wow, R.J. Soward, who actually, remember his cousin was, I think, involved with Lawrence Phillips in some way. Was his cousin killed by something involved with Lawrence Phillips?
That's possible.
There's something with R.J. Soward and Lawrence Phillips. That was 4 years ago, the episode, but I can't remember.
It's been a minute.
So now Janikowski is the 4th place kicker ever to be chosen in the first round of the draft.
Wow.
4th. It's happened once since then. I think it was Prater, possibly. Is it Prater or somebody else?
Yeah, he's a good kicker, but boy, there's another one that has a real bad alcohol problem.
That's what happens.
Prater.
This is the first kicker to be drafted in the first round since 1979.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who that was?
No.
You do, actually.
Do I? Was it the kicker with the wooden foot?
No, it was Russell Erxleben, who was one of our old episodes, around episode 40 or so.
Swindling-ass Erxleben.
Yep, that was the only other kicker we've done, and the last kicker to be drafted in the first round before Janikowski. Isn't that weird? If you pick a kicker in the first round, they will be on our show.
And it will be a fuck-up.
That's it. It happens. Before that, the last time it happened, before 79, was 1966. It was Charlie Gogolak. And,
what a name.
He ended up having there was a big thing with him in the the AFL and the NFL. A team signed him, and he was with the Bills too.
Yeah.
Long story with him. So anyway, he goes, Janikowski's drafted. Now at a Raider minicamp right after he's drafted, the reporters are talking to him, obviously, about maturity.
Right.
And are you going to be, being arrested constantly here or what? And he says that he has now learned from his mistakes.
Oh?
He is good now.
As he signs with the Raiders.
I am good now, everyone. So he's good.
Yeah.
Correct? Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. June 15th, 2000. He hasn't even been signed yet, by the way. He's just been drafted. Is court for bribery.
Wow.
Now, he testifies on his own behalf. Oh, no. This is a fucking big deal. I mean, this, like I said, this is prison time. This is deportation.
Right.
His whole career's on the line here. He testifies on his own half. He says that he was just trying to pay his friend's fine.
Right now. I just thought you could do it right now.
Yes.
I thought he was the clerk.
And the thing that they say is, like in Poland, when he grew up, that's what you did. It's like being in Mexico.
Right.
You quote, I'll pay the fine now. In other words, I'll fucking, here's $100 and get me the fuck out of here.
Know that's called bribery?
No. He thought that's how you did it places. And
they don't give you a receipt?
I do in Poland, I think fine. Right? Tim Tooltime do. He would do, he'd say, hey, let Al go.
Right. Tim would do that because there's a shitload of coke in the trunk. That's why.
You let Al go. He carrying cocaine for someone else, but not me. That's what happened. So, he says that he was just trying to pay his friend's bribe and he doesn't understand things. Meanwhile, he was in college for the last 3 fucking years. Right. He understands things. Yeah. He knows how it works. And he's been watching television. Right. One thing, if you've ever watched television, you'll notice is you don't pay fines directly to a police officer during arrest. Right. That's never happened.
And he's been arrested 3 times and paid fines.
And he knows how that works.
He knows where to send the cashier's check.
That's what I'm saying. He's paid fines. He knows the judge levies fines, not the cops don't shake you upside down. They shouldn't anyway.
I hope
for
not.
your cash here. He said the language barrier was, I don't understand English anymore.
Right.
I know yesterday, but today a little shaky.
He does have a point, too, that the times that he was arrested before was by cops on duty. So this off-duty guy may just pay right to him.
He might say, okay, I pay to you. Right. Now, the cop said, when he testified, apparently Sebastian was tossing $100 bills into the guy's lap. And is this enough? Is this enough doing that? And so he said to Janikowski, are you trying to bribe me? And Janikowski responded, okay, which is the greatest foreigner response ever. You trying to bribe me? Okay.
Fine. That's
fine.
That will do.
So he testified in court that he didn't know what bribery was. He didn't know what that meant.
I don't know the definition of that.
I don't know that word, what that means. So it's a six-member jury. It's like this little whatever shrunken thing. It's a legal version of kind of like it's a quick little trial for things like this here. The jury needed 50 minutes to come back with a verdict of not guilty.
Wow.
They acquit him of... That's how.
Wow.
He went on and played the cute foreigner thing. I don't know so much.
There was only 6 of them, James. They had to spend the rest of that time being extra angry.
Extra furious.
Extra furious.
It would be like extra, like really furious. So he gets acquitted of this, which I think is wild. It's
awesome.
He says, I gave the cop money to get my friend out. The cop says he gave me money to get my friend out. And they're like, not guilty. Okay, sure. Fine.
He just thought it was... Gonna get a receipt?
No, I don't know. You give me a receipt for that. Now, his agent, Paul Healy, seems like a real asshole.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's a Jacksonville-based sports agent, so...
Great dude.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He ended up being the one that almost went to jail. As the verdict was being read, before the verdict was read, the judge warned people about outbursts. Obviously, they always do. But when it was read, the agent pumped his fist in the air and called the Raiders on his cell phone. Guys are not guilty. Acting like a guy from Jacksonville. Acting like a fuck.
How many Polacks it take to get free?
How many Polacks it take to get acquitted in a jury trial? Huh? 1. This fucking guy, right? Right, Sebastian? High five. And the judge is like,
One more Polak joke, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Hey, Judge, how many Polacks are free today? 1, that guy right there.
Right there. Boom. Out of the jail. Let's go get some drinks. What do you say? Let's go get some pussy. All right. Judge is like, I'm not done yet. So,
how many Polacks it take to pay my mortgage? 1, that guy.
That guy right there.
Let's go sign with the Raiders.
Yeah. He's off.
I want a boat.
Payday for me. Ha! Summer home.
I'm moving to West Palm.
Yeah. Moving out of Jacksonville. Finally.
Take my talents to South Beach.
I'm going to live on that island that they all live on. So, the judge is not happy about this.
No.
So the judge asked the agent, do you have any reason as to why you should not be cited for criminal contempt of court? And apparently the agent just apologized profusely because the judge was literally a fucking gavel click from saying, take him away in cuffs, which that's one thing about a judge. If you're in the court and they go contempt, get him. There's no arguing it.
Right. There's no jury trial.
That's it.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, you're in jail till then, though. Right. They're going to just take you away. Yeah. So you don't want them to say that. Right or wrong, you're fucked in that situation. So finally, the judge just sternly admonished him and told him, get the fuck out of my courtroom while I finish this up, you fucking moron. You scummy Jacksonville sports agent.
Trash.
Yeah. So that's June 15th, 2000. So let's go sign that contract, relax. None of this craziness. Well, a week later, June 21st, 2000, he's arrested again.
Oh, my God.
And his agent's like, what? No, fuck. God damn it.
I can't go back to court with you.
I'm not even allowed in the court.
The judge is going to remember me.
I was a total dick. I was like a special kind of asshole. I know it's Florida, but I was really over the top.
I was extra Florida that day.
It was big time. So he's arrested. The Lieutenant Linda Riley, who's a spokesperson for the University of Florida, Florida State Police. Why are you hanging out there?
Why is he still at college?
I'd never see the college again.
Get to Oakland. Start
Go
reading
away.
books.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. This was told the Associated Press that a plainclothes officer saw Janikowski and two other men drive into a bar's parking lot, then noticed one of them pouring a small amount of clear liquid into a container. Okay, now, according to all this report, after the officer approached the car and identified himself, Janikowski allegedly poured the liquid onto the floor mat of the car. Which, hello,
officer. We're just shampooing the mats tonight.
It's shampoo night. I do it in the bar. What you do is you put it in, you go and you drink for a while, you let it set, and it takes all the stains out. That's how it works. The stain lifter.
Billy Mays here for OxyClean.
For OxyClean. You got shitty floor mats in your car? I'll fix them. All right.
I'm Polish Billy Mays.
I'm Polish Billy Mays. I go to college for chemistry. Yeah. I come up with formula. You pour on carpet, it's spread on. You don't have to do nothing. So anyway, they end up, I don't know if he thought that was the end of the thing, but the cops just did a test kit thing and swabbed it and found out because they just swab it and then put it in the liquid, find out what it is. It's GHB.
What?
Oh, it's GHB.
Get out of here.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
He's got date rape drugs.
And he was getting it ready before he goes into a bar.
Oh, my God.
So he had it in a small cap and he was preparing.
What the fuck?
A smaller container to bring it into the fucking bar with him.
How did he get an NFL career?
That's what's going on here. He's got a fucking GHB on him. Now, as we've talked about with Chris Adams before and with wrestlers,
sometimes they do it to themselves.
Workout people love GHB because it gives you apparently a very good rest and a very good recovery to work out hard the next day.
That's the thing about it. It makes you sleepy.
Makes you sleepy. And it's also pretty good fucking high as well. So they do it to themselves. But 3 guys, I don't hear anything about a workout. I hear about 3 guys going into a bar.
Right.
Which that sounds like 3 wolves.
Right.
Finding an elixir to make the sheep less fucking...
make the sick gazelle a little more sick.
A little less resistant to being caught. You know what I'm saying? Or drugging to rape them in fucking more plain terms here.
That's
to not
horrific.
be so colloquial about it. This is ridiculous, man. So even whatever you're doing, you shouldn't have this shit. It's not good shit at all. And this shit will kill you if you take this much too much.
Right.
I mean, it's the famous thing is you take this much, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. You take this much, you'll die. So it's right in there. You really got to be careful. And there's a hair fucking difference of that. And it's literally a hair difference. You can kill somebody. So the 2 men with Sebastian were also arrested as well. One of them was a guy named Jay Hoffman, who's a former walk-on the football team, and another one was some other guy here. And his attorney, Janikowski's attorney, said bond was required for him, but not the others because of Janikowski's criminal record. It was made outside of a bar named Potbelly's at 12:19 a.m.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't think you're taking it for workout recovery at 12:19 a.m. outside of a bar. Just
proving intent is tough there.
Yeah.
But it sure doesn't look good for a guy that was just drafted.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's not a legal drug to have. So
that's a good point,
I mean, whether his intent was to do it to himself or not, it's the same as if he had cocaine. It's a controlled substance. So it's either way, you're fucked. I mean, not that I give a shit if people do drugs. Cocaine, you're not going to drug someone and then do anything to them.
Right.
You're just going to get high, which is whatever. Whereas this is a different story. This you can inflict on other people. So you tend to be uncomfortable with this.
The intent with this stuff
can be real ugly.
One bad apple ruined the bunch. Throw it out. Nobody should have it at all.
No, this is not good at all. So apparently, it was a police officer working in joint patrol with city officers targeting alcohol violations around college area bars. People drinking in their cars and bullshit like that, fucking with college kids. Of course. But they came across something different here, and was charged with possession of GHB, and not good here. No. He spends the night in the jail. He is released on a $2,500 bond. And Janikowski's agent, Paul Healy, the fucking Jacksonville
fist bumper,
silver as fuck here, pumping his silver-fisted hair up and down, silver-haired fist. He says that he was out of his office. He said the Raiders had he couldn't be reached for comment, and the Raiders had no comment as well. They only said, quote, "It's not appropriate to comment at this time." He's not an American citizen and is potentially subject to deportation if convicted because of it is a felony.
Right.
So again, he could lose being here. So he is also subject to evaluation under the league's policy on alcohol and drugs, which he could have been put in anyway because of his previous arrests in college. So either way here, not looking good.
No.
So what do the Raiders do? They sign him to a 5-year deal the next week.
Are you kidding me?
Swear to God. Next week, early July, 5 years, $6,055,000.
Wow.
Gotta have him.
Yeah.
That's how fucking silver.
Wow.
I mean, it is the silver and black, but this is the extra silver and silver-haired and black is what they should be called here. This is total guaranteed $2 million up front here, $1.2 million a year.
Al Davis
average salary.
GHB, and he just smiled. My kind of guy.
My kind of guy. Yeah.
Get him in here.
Vince McMahon said, "What does he look like without a shirt? What if I put overalls on him? What would he look like then? Oh, God.
He'd fit in.
Oh,
yeah.
He barely speaks English. Broken English. Yelling at people, telling him he's going to kick them. I'm just going to kick you. I don't even need to punch you. I'll kick you.
Kick you to sleep.
I'm going to kick you to sleep." He's so vascular.
If the GHB doesn't do it, my foot will. I'm going to put you to sleep one way or another.
One way or another. You're going to sleep.
Call him the sleeper.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, man! Yeah, he's Polish. We're gonna do something with that. Polish. So he said the Polish prescription will put you to sleep.
The Polish nap.
The Polish nap.
The Polish snooze.
It's a Valbrich nap. That's what you're going to take, sir. So 2,000 Raiders are very good, actually. They are 12-4 that year under John Gruden. They beat the Dolphins in the playoffs 27-0 in the first round, and then lose to the Ravens 16-3 because that was that Ravens defense. Yeah. That was their year. They were were not scoring on them. Period. They were ridiculous on defense. So they go on to win the Super Bowl. The Raiders are done there. Sebastian, though, decent rookie season, does pretty well. Long of 54. He does 22 of 32 field goals, long of 54. They're satisfied with that for a rookie. Yeah. Not too shabby. Now, April of 2001 is court for GHB session here. Like we say, he's facing prison time or deportation if convicted, and also up to 5 years in prison as well. So he's got a lot riding on this here, and he's a resident alien at this point. So he's got like a work visa, basically. He testifies on his own behalf again. Right. I think he thinks, and his lawyers probably think too, go up there, play the dumb foreigner. Right. Do that. Be
Steve Martin, wild and crazy guy.
Yeah, go be Balky from Perfect Strangers. Right. And he's like, I don't know, Cousin Larry. Cousin Larry, give to me.
Pull out some 80s.
Just pin show it. Right. You've seen the reruns. I know you watched them. Don't worry about it. So,
be the guy from fucking Beverly Hills Cop. I don't care.
Yeah,
just be silly.
It's just something. Well, this fucking jackass gets on the stand, and now, meanwhile, the cop saw him. He was pouring it and doing
he was doing the chemical.
He had a routine here of a little bottle cap. He was putting in here. He says that he didn't know that there was GHB in the car when the police came, and as a matter of fact, he doesn't even know what it is. He doesn't even know what they're talking about. He's just a very, very confused young Polish boy who's just here. I kick football. I don't know what. Does that make football kick better? That's literally, we got on the stand and was just like, I don't even know what is.
Is he the root of Polish jokes? He's doing it perfectly.
Play dumb.
Right.
And they're like, oh, he's Polish.
You've heard the jokes.
You've heard the jokes. The whole jury's like, he's Polish. He's not very smart. I believe him. I don't know why I believe him.
He doesn't know righty tighty, lefty loosey.
I saw him and 4 of his lawyers trying to put a light bulb in before the trial. I saw them out in the hallway. They couldn't do it.
They were trying to.
He was on the ladder and the other 3 were spinning it. That's not how you do it. One up and the other spinning the ladder. That's not how it works. They don't know that. There's no way he could know what GHB is.
How could we expect him to know chemistry? He can't do that.
He can't even do that.
Chicken shit, chicken salad. Doesn't know the difference.
That's not the difference. He'd be, I done chicken, and they both chicken.
They ask him.
Both come from chicken, right?
He said for lunch he was having a chicken shit salad. He doesn't get it.
He doesn't know. But imagine getting busted for something, getting on the stand and go, I don't even know what that is. What? Not I didn't have it. It wasn't mine. These aren't my pants even. He said,
does the glove fit? What's a glove?
Oh, it's a glove. I don't Murder. She's still alive, right?
I don't know what that is.
I think I talked to Nicole last week. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's what? Nobody ever tried this before.
No.
In all of our cases, how many guys have been caught with drugs constantly? None of them ever say, I don't even know what cocaine is. Free base? What's that? I don't know. Michael Ray Richardson should have thought of this.
When four balls is the free base,
right? No. I don't know. Seems right.
So, beanball hit with the pitch. That's a free base.
That's a free base. Yeah, I'm impressed. Honestly,
that's intuitive.
That's impressive.
Creative, yeah.
His lawyer's just like, you are so fucking stupid. It's not even funny. Only are you foreign?
His lawyer's like, go up there, fess up to it, just own it, take it. Then he goes up and goes, I don't even know what that is. And the lawyer's like, I didn't even think of that.
That's even better.
That was brilliant.
It's a brilliant strategy.
So much for dumb. They're geniuses.
Fucking genius. Oh, man. So the officer, they were trying to say that the officer knew who he was in a pretrial thing. Like he was like, oh, there's a FSU football player. I'm going to go after him. Mm-hmm. They're saying he knew who he was. So this one officer in a pretrial, this is in a court of law, said, quote, I'm not an FSU. He said he didn't know who Sebastian was, didn't recognize him. Because he said, quote, I'm not an FSU fan, believe it or not. Quote, I are a Gator fan.
Oh, yep. He sure are. That is the words of a Gator fan.
I are a Gator fan. And the judge said, remove this man from my courtroom right now. I swear. Imagine having the power to remove someone from the room if they were that dumb. Wouldn't that be great?
Imagine trying to garner respect as a police officer and saying the phrase, I are a Gator fan.
Take his gun away on the way out, by the way. I'd like
badge gun on my desk.
On my desk. This fucking guy is not, no.
Wow.
He is dumb as a stump. So,
sir, are you Polish?
Yeah. Are you, sir? Were you one of the ladder spinners or what? Were you one of the guys I saw out there? So the prosecutors end up dropping the charge against Jay Hoffman, who was his friend, Janikowski's friend. Here, he's a 25-year-old FSU business major, and they dropped it on him, and then this Hoffman ends up testifying on Janikowski's behalf, which is very strange because prosecutors granted him immunity. Okay, this is crazy. They took a statement from this guy. He gave a sworn statement saying that he wasn't paying attention to what happened in the front seat of the car. He said that, that's it. So
I don't know what they were doing up there.
Didn't even know what they were doing up there. So apparently, now that that's immunity's granted, now he's testifying on Janikowski's behalf and saying that the drugs were his. And in court, they're like, well, in the deposition, you said you didn't even know what was going on. Never mind knowing that fucking, drugs were up there. But now that you have immunity, now they're your drugs. And he's like, yep.
Genius strategy.
It's fucking, it's absolutely, it's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's silly that a judge wouldn't fucking start banging a gavel and having a fucking conference here with everybody involved, both lawyers, and going, something's up here. Right. Someone knew what fucking GHB was in that front seat.
Right.
So you guys, between the two of you, decide which fucking one it is, and we'll prosecute him. But they're both not going to say, I don't know shit, and then have one guy say, I know something once he has immunity.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
And this guy, 7 years into a 2-year business degree. What the fuck is that about?
Yeah, he's 25. Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here. You should be a doctor pretty soon, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, he says, as Hoffman says, he failed to say, I forgot to tell them in July that it was mine. When I said I didn't know what was going on, he said, I forgot to say that I passed the bottle up to the front seat from his back seat and asked my friend to pour me a shot, because I didn't say that. I forgot to mention that, even because I didn't know what was going on then when I said it. So ridiculous. Under cross-examination, this guy told the assistant state's attorney that he never divulged that information because the prosecutor never asked that information.
They're doing this like a couple fighting.
You never asked. You never asked me.
You didn't fuck her. You got a blowjob and you didn't tell me?
You're bringing up old stuff now? You're bringing up old stuff. How long ago did that happen? How long ago? What the fuck? Is it never over? Is it never over with you?
You asked if I fucked her. You didn't ask if I got a blowjob.
Jesus fucking Christ. No, this is ridiculous. And then by the end of it, the jury's just like, huh? Did he get a blowjob or not? What's going on? So, this sounds silly. So, The charges against the other guy, the 20-year-old that was in the car, were referred to drug court. It's happened there, but that guy who got sent to drug court testified that he poured out the drug in the front seat of the car, not Janikowski, even though the officer watched Janikowski pour it fucking out in the front car. They're just like, no, we are just saying reality that we've invented and just a whole new different thing that happened.
Tell all these stories and see what the jury buys.
Yeah, that's it. So he said that the officers were, quote, this is the Hoffman guy, the officers were, quote, very short with me and they didn't want to listen to me. Okay, well, there you go. So
the jury's like, yeah, but he said I are a Gator fan. We can't believe that guy.
We can't believe that guy. Who do we believe? That's
see anything.
He's dumber than these two. So he also said that he overheard one of the officers say, quote, you ain't going to get out of this one, to Janikowski, but that was why the guy said, I didn't even know who the fuck he was. I'm a Gator fan. So that was where that came from. In closing arguments, the prosecutor challenged the credibility of Janikowski's friends, saying, quote, his friends clearly have a stake in this case. The officers were doing their job that night. They don't have a stake in this case. So the defense lawyer said the only reason Janikowski was prosecuted was because of who he is, not because he has GHB right before he's about to go in a bar. No. He said they wanted Mr. Janikowski so bad that they gave Mr. Hoffman immunity, which that's true. He said he noted that all the police officers who testified were in the courtroom listening to closing arguments, even though they had been excused from the case. And he said they were there because it's Sebastian Janikowski. That's why. So, it's they're trying to do that. It's a jury of 3 men and 3 women. Mm-hmm. They deliberate for 80 minutes before saying not guilty.
Wow.
Full acquittal of drug possession, evidence tampering, and attempting to destroy evidence. All gone.
Get to Oakland and beat the Broncos.
At some point, there is GHB, and it was poured out.
Right.
So it was GHB, and someone did attempt to destroy evidence. That happened.
Right.
Objectively.
We just can't prove who did it.
Just even though we saw who did it.
But then that guy said, I are a Gator fan.
And that's what I mean. And you know
everything.
What? Good. I'm okay. You can't speak like that.
No, you can't.
Get somebody who knows how to fucking complete a sentence on the police force, please.
Maybe the training should be a little more vigorous.
Yeah. As far as am. Do you know the word am? Is that a thing? Do you know that one?
It's 2 letters, so.
Yeah. So,
Lord.
Janikowski, obviously, no GHB around him. He doesn't know what the fuck anyone's talking about. He's good now, ready to play. Everything's fine. Going to be great. October 10th, 2001.
Yes.
He falls at a nightclub, cutting his face and requiring 5 stitches after the Raiders game against Dallas. Now, he is taken to the hospital after that. It is patrons at the Snowdrift Bar in San Francisco reported he collapsed while he was in the club there, and they said that the club's doorman told police officers that Janikowski, quote, was possibly overdosing on GHB.
That's his thing.
Oh, yeah. So, he doesn't even know what it is, though. Yeah. That's the thing. They said they found Janikowski, quote, incoherent and wildly flailing around on the floor of a nightclub. As a result of the uncontrolled flailing, Janikowski hit his head on the floor and caused a cut over his right eye. He's like having a fucking seizure on the floor and shit. He did not respond to verbal request and was placed in soft restraints on a gurney and taken by ambulance. Because he's a big guy swinging his fucking appendages around everywhere. You don't want to get kicked by accident there.
That's amazing.
Taken to the hospital. The police report listed a guy there, by the way, with him. One of his friends listed as Jay Hoffman.
Oh, that bastard.
Yeah, his buddy from court there, who was Janikowski's roommate, listed as. He says to the police report that a woman was dancing with Janikowski throughout the evening. Hoffman said he saw the woman taking a drug and that she must have slipped it into Janikowski's drink. Yeah. Okay.
Why is there so much GHB around you?
Fall of shit. And why is this guy talking to the fucking cops getting you out of trouble every fucking time, testifying in your behalf? I hope he's paying this fucking guy, or at least I hope his rent's free.
It probably
for getting him out of shit. Yeah. So he said this woman was dancing around. I saw her, obviously, just pounding GHB all night, and she must have slipped it in his drink.
She had a little bottle that said GHB on the side.
It's a little vial, and she was like just taking shots off of it, and then I saw her. She slipped him a Mickey. Really? She must have slipped it into his drink.
Right.
Jesus Christ, man. That's weak, bro. That's fucking weak.
I bet there of the amount of football players that have drugged women, I'll bet the amount that have been drugged themselves is far
probably
fewer.
Less. Well, the funny thing is the only person that said that was Jay Hoffman, because everyone else they talked to, several witnesses around the club, told police they saw Janikowski voluntarily taking what appeared to be GHB. Wow. So, yeah, this is his game. This is his game.
He loves this shit.
Yeah. Now, his agent, obviously, fist pumper, he said that Janikowski had been drinking, but he did not overdose on drugs. He did overdose on GHB. It's at the hospital. They found that out.
They took his blood, Healy.
It's in there. Now, Janikowski went to practice the next day with a cut over his eye and everything, because he's a kicker.
And a sick hangover.
I would say, and a headache.
Yeah.
And he says, this is his agent's thing, you don't have a drug overdose on Sunday night and go to practice Monday morning. So he's fine. Which he did. So he called the reports that he overdosed outlandish and totally false. Both.
Janikowski said that?
No, his agent.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know. Outland.
Right.
Where do I land? I don't know. Thing what happened here. He says, I know he was out there at a nightclub in San Francisco and slipped and fell. A lot of these clubs, people spill their drinks, and he slipped and whacked his head. You don't have a drug overdose Saturday night and then go to practice. So now, you know how these clubs are. There's drinks everywhere.
Right.
He slipped. He's such a clumsy guy, obviously. Right. He's not an athlete or anything.
He wasn't wearing his cleats.
That's how it goes. He slipped, he hit his head, and then everyone saw him take GHB. That's what happened. He fell on the ground, and GHB fell in his mouth somehow. Wow, that's interesting, I would say here. So literally 2 weeks later, one of his coaches here said, special teams coach for the Raiders said, quote, I see him definitely growing up a little. He definitely had social thoughts that were a little bit different than my old Italian upbringing, if you know what I'm saying. I think he's on a dimmer switch that controls what's going on, but I think the light bulb is getting brighter and brighter every week.
Did he just call him Polish?
He called him a fucking dummy. Yeah, he just called him a fucking dummy that says he gets a little less dumb every week.
He's a Polak. We're Americanizing him here and there.
He didn't say he gets smarter every week.
Right.
Dimmer switch means he started dumb.
Right.
That's what that is. So he wanted to make sure that he said that back when they came in, he said that he was kicking the ball too quickly. And this coach said, quote, he fought it. I'm not going to lie. He kept saying, I did it this way at Florida State. Well, that's good, but it could be better. Now he realizes that we're in this together and we're trying to help him. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, good fucking Lord.
He's a Polak that we found in Florida. You can't expect him to be that fucking bright.
That's what yeah, really, both. A Polish Floridian. So, I mean, he's got to get it together.
Yeah.
He goes back at his place with his roommate, Jay Hoffman, who is his own little silver-haired, middle-aged white man as a 25-year-old.
I want a friend like that.
Yeah, I hope he's going into sports agenting instead of business or whatever, because he could do that. And they're sitting there, and he's looking over, though, and he's like, man... He's thinking, this Jay Hoffman's good. Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of excuses for me, obviously. Somebody drugged me. I don't know what, I don't know what's happening. It was my drugs. He's willing to take the fall, but I need someone to really explain things for me much better. Yeah. And I just don't know what to do. And wouldn't you know it, who shows up right then but Adam, the arugula connoisseur, Pac-Man Jones himself, there to explain what's happening for him. And he says, how is it you've come to arrive here? I don't understand it personally, because clearly you've been wronged. You've been wronged, obviously. I mean, sometimes if I'm stuffy, I take an antihistamine of some kind, and sometimes it's a capful type of thing, and it can be mistaken for an illicit substance. But obviously, this is ridiculous that they would think you would do that. And the cheerleader, clearly, when you fought him, you were celebrating a great victory.
Right.
And it was one of those things. You said, I'll pick you up and toss you into the air, and he just misunderstood the gesture. Obviously, I don't understand what's going on. But you, sir, can I just tell you this? You're living your life in a fantastic fashion, sir. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You keep it up. Only thing is, these can get a little unhealthy. Can I interest you in a little arugula? Because it's pretty good. I got it. And then poof.
Yeah.
In a cloud of Church's chicken, bag swinging airport fighting, and arugula leaves.
It's Popeyes.
He's always Popeyes in the airport. That was the best. He's like, I will put my shit down and fuck you up. But yeah, he had a bag of Popeyes, which is awesome.
Louisiana.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit. Or I love loved Adam Jones. He was fucking great.
What a story.
He was just fun.
Yeah.
As a guy, I thought he was all right.
He's a blast.
He's a dick, but
He's
like at the same time, I'm like, he's pretty funny. Yeah. So, except for when he was fucking with women. So anyway, 2001, Oakland is 10-6 this year under John Gruden. They beat the Jets in the playoffs and lose to the Patriots 16-13. This was the bullshit Tuck rule.
Right.
Tom Brady, first time they literally fucking took him in their hands and lifted him above the field and down to the end zone for a touchdown so they could win. The referees on a bed of feathers and then jerked him off afterwards.
How much of a dummy I am. Just because they beat Tom Brady wasn't the Tom Brady he is today.
No,
so
I still hated the Patriots.
I hated the Raiders that much more where I was like, I hated
the Patriots.
I love that rule.
Always hated them.
Now I fucking hate it.
Fucking goddamn it. Yeah, that was a load of shit, too. So, they lose there, and New England ends up winning the Super Bowl that year. But Sebastian here plays in 15 games. He is not too shabby here. He is, what is it this year? 1 of 2 from past 50 yards. He's 23 of 28 in field goals. Crushing it, doing damn good. 2002, June of 2002, in the off season, he is pulled over for reckless driving and a DUI as well. At least it didn't seem to have GHB in his system, which is good. But
he's driving now.
Plenty of booze, though. No problem there. So that's June 2002. And then October 2nd, 2002, he is pulled over in Oakland again, and guess what?
Yeah.
They say, let's take a little field sobriety test there, Chief. And, you're not doing so well. Let's see what you are. Blood alcohol measured at 0.20, which is well over double the legal limit.
Hammered.
He's fucking hammered, rolling around, and he's been drinking vodka since he was 14. So for him to be hammered, he's got to be hammered.
Yeah.
So, he's pulled over there, and not good. Bill Callahan, the coach of the Raiders, said, quote, "It's a very unfortunate incident for Janikowski.
Yeah.
I want to make it a point that this is an issue we don't condone in our society, in the league, as an organization, or as a team. It's a subject that we constantly educate our players on." Yeah, don't drink and drive. Here's a number where you can get a free fucking ride anytime you want.
Right.
The NFL makes it so those players never have to drink and drive.
They never have to drive.
They don't ever have to drive.
They're pampered.
1, they can get a ride. There's a service. Number 2, you make enough money, you can all afford a fucking cab or an Uber or a town car or something to take you where the fuck you're going.
You all have fucking 20 friends running around with you.
Yeah.
Have one of those dickheads drive.
Have one of those. You have to stay sober if you want to hang out with me tonight.
Hang out with Chad Johnson tonight? Stay sober,
yeah, that's it. And you can get the overflow women to hang off
Catch
of
the
people.
shrapnel pussy.
Yeah.
There's going to be loads.
That's what they do. So this is twice in 4 months, 5 months he's busted for a DUI, which isn't fucking good at all. He obviously has learned nothing. He just pretty much... the fact that he's a kicker, it's so weird, because if he was a quarterback or a running back or a high-profile wide receiver, this would be like, big news, and they'd be talking about kicking him off the team and all this. But the fact that he's a kicker, like nobody even, he's not barely even on the team.
Yeah.
Kickers, like, they do their own thing
Nobody
by
wants
themselves.
that guy's autograph.
Nobody cares about kickers. And the fact that he's like a foreigner, he's like white and Polish.
Extra go away.
Like, it's like, oh, he's a foreigner. I don't know. He can just come out and people go, does he even speak English? I don't fucking know. And they can ignore it. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
Right.
I don't understand why that is, but they give him a fucking pass on it all the time.
Vanderjack to be a fucking wild man to get attention to the kicker.
Yeah, that's what I mean. To be a total asshole.
And just sit there screaming about Peyton Manning fucking up.
Jesus Christ. So 2002 with the Raiders, they're 11-5 this year under Bill Callahan here, and they beat the Jets in the divisional round of the playoffs. They beat the Titans in the conference championship and go all the way to the Super Bowl, where they are absolutely shit hammered by the Buccaneers, 48-21. And this episode dovetails nicely with the Barrett Robbins episode, because this is the Super Bowl that Barrett Robbins went off the deep end and didn't show up at, whilst Janikowski did show up, and didn't really help any.
Barrett Robbins wasn't there, and the guy that filled in for him didn't know shit.
So Janikowski played in all 16 games this year. His long field goal was, what was his long this year? Here, 51 yards, not too shabby. Now he has court for DUI here. And he pleads no contest to misdemeanor DUI. That's the plea deal. They give him, you, sir, may fuck off, 3 years probation. $1,292 fine and DUI school.
That's pretty steep.
I guess.
I mean,
but he had two. That's for 2 in a year. He had 2 in 5 months.
But this is a guy that drinks and drives. 3 years of probation. We're probably going to put him in the system pretty soon.
Well, yeah, 3 years of drive. Oh shit! Either that or he's going to learn to get rides.
Right.
But yeah, you'd figure. I mean, 2 in 5 months, you'd be doing a little jail time, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You'd be doing a couple weeks or something.
Learn your lesson,
no,
for sure.
He doesn't have to do shit, though. Now, September 20th, 2003 here. Okay, let's... He should be all good now, right? He's fine.
Right.
I mean, this is right before the season starts. He's had tons of stuff. It's all cleared out of his system.
Yeah.
Like the bulb is getting brighter every day.
He's on probation, for Christ's sake.
On probation.
Yeah.
He's going to be good now. Well, not quite. September 20th, 2003, he's arrested on suspicion of assault and vandalism after being drunk in public after a fight broke out.
Yeah.
He's in a melee, shit-faced outside of a supper club.
Oh,
it's not even like a night. It's not even like a dance hall here.
It's where you go have some shitty macaroni and cheese and go home.
Slate's Supper Club it is here. And, yeah, it's in Contra Costa, California. Several people told police officers that Janikowski, who was described as, quote, very intoxicated, had assaulted them. Several people had said that he assaulted them. He was just going around hitting people and things. He also was going around kicking the side view mirrors off of parked cars around the restaurant.
That's fucked up,
so
man.
Everyone parked down in the front of the restaurant. He was just hitting people and kicking windows, kicking mirrors off of cars.
What an asshole.
In the front of the supper club, shit-faced in public. So, an asshole move. Yeah, so many people had to have their shit. And then also he's punching people.
Right.
He's fucking hitting people that are not suspecting to be hit for no fucking reason. And I guess he broke the mirrors off several cars in the area, not just 1 or 2 here. None of the victims suffered serious injuries, but he is arrested and taken to county jail. And he's bailed out, obviously, posting $2,500 bail. And the officer said that he wasn't cooperative, but he didn't go as far as resisting arrest. He was like, what's the fucking problem?
Yeah. Isn't that, I don't know.
I'll kick shit. I don't mind.
I feel like you can probably tack resisting on after
something, yeah, if he wasn't cooperative.
Right.
But, I mean, who knows? But the thing is, the owner of the place, who I assume probably... was probably had a talking to from the Raiders and whatever, has some PR involved in this.
Oh, no, he drops the charges?
Well, it's not up to him. It's it happened outside and everything, and other people he was hitting strangers. This is a guy named Jimmie Tang. He's the co-owner of Slats. He said that Janikowski's altercation was only with 2 patrons and that he only broke off the side view mirror off of 1 car.
Okay.
Other people said he hit many people and broke it off many cars. Then the owner says, quote, he apologized and even offered to pay for it. The guy is all, no, I'm pressing charges. Yeah.
That's how it works.
You can't just hit someone, kick their side view mirror off, and be like, I'll pay for it.
Right.
No, fuck you.
Right.
What are you, Sonny Corleone? You're going to throw a couple of C notes on the ground and walk away? Eat dicks, motherfucker.
What do you think you are?
Yeah, fuck you. You can't do that shit. Eventually, though, the charges are dropped here against him for this one. So, but again, shit-faced, out in public, being a cocky asshole.
Yep.
Punching people, fucking kicking people's property, breaking things.
America's too easy.
It's so easy. Oh my goodness. You watch sitcom and know everything. 2003 with the Raiders here. They go 4-12.
Oh boy, did they turn around!
And this is it for like a decade. They're awful, awful. In this season in October, on the 16th of October, in the second quarter, Janikowski ties an NFL record by hitting 4 field goals in a single quarter. So that's pretty good.
It's not the only record he's going to tie.
He's got a bunch here. Yeah, he's got another one you know about.
Yep.
He has long of 55 yards that year, and he's 22 of 25 in field goals that year. So doing great. 2004, I would say that he's been a good kicker, but I would say his record's been pretty spotty. He's arrested every 6 fucking months.
Right.
Raiders say, we should invest money in that.
Get out of here.
Oh, yeah, contract's up, so they say, how about a 5-year deal, $10,500,000? What do you say?
Fucking guy.
$1.5 million guaranteed, and a signing bonus.
Almost $20 million for being a kicker.
All right.
Unbelievable.
He's like, okay.
Yeah.
Team goes 5-11. Doesn't matter.
Shit-ass team.
They would have went 5-11 with or without him.
Yeah.
They could have not even had a kicker, and they wouldn't have been fucking. They would have been 5-11.
Could have had me.
I was going to say, I could go out there and be like, I think I can hit it from 27. And still, this year, he's 25 of 28 from field goals, which is excellent as well that year. So, I mean, I don't know. It's worth it to the Raiders if they needed a kicker, like I said, if it mattered. Now, 2005, the team is 4-12. Yikes.
Good Lord.
Janikowski continues. This is his 4th straight year of playing every single game, which is, I guess, what you want out of your kicker. Has a rough year this year, though. He's 20 for 30 kicking field goals.
Oh.
That's not good.
No, not when you just signed a big contract.
Yeah, that's a strange thing. 20 of 30, 49 is his long here. 30 for 30 on extra points.
But they were so bad, too. They may have been
forcing
him to kick long ones.
Yeah, who the fuck? It doesn't matter. Let's see. From 50 plus, he was 0 for 3 from out there. Only 7 of 12 from 40 to 49.
Wow.
That's a problem. Yeah, that's an issue there. He had some, I don't know if he was in some weather games, played a bunch in Pittsburgh or what. That's turf as shit there for kickers.
Playing in Kansas City in December.
Yeah, who knows? So 2006, the team is 2-14. Fucking wretched. Absolutely.
Did they really do that?
Wretched. They were
over
so
3 years.
bad.
They won 10 games altogether.
Yeah, they were so fucking bad for these few years here. They were coaches going every year. Fucking quarterbacks in and out. They were a disaster. They didn't know what to do. This is when Al Davis was like sick and dying, and
it's almost over.
It was a mess. So this year he plays in all 16 games again. He's 18 for 25 this year from field goals, which isn't terrific, but he makes as long as 55, so not too shabby. 2007, the team is 4-12. Again, not wonderful here. November 4th of 2007, he attempts a 64-yard field goal, which would have been the sole record holder right before halftime. And it's no wind in outdoors in Oakland. Usually these records are set indoors or in Denver.
Right.
One of the two. Not outdoors in Oakland at sea level.
Denver's a good place to get a long field goal.
Oakland, not a good place for it here on grass with like at sea level here. The kick would have been an all-time record, but it hit the crossbar.
Is that
and came
right?
out, hit the bottom crossbar.
Wow.
Another 6 inches he had it. So I mean, hit it and bounced.
2 inches probably.
And bounced right back out like a basketball hitting the back of the rim and rejected.
You imagine he hits that crossbar and it goes in. Ouch.
Oh man,
I would have hated that.
Oh, you would have fucking despised that.
Just over and he gets to hold that. Yuck.
That would have been terrible for you. The team, though, he plays in 16 games. He is 23 of 32 for field goals. He is 54 as his long field goal that year. He also gets married in 2008. Really? This is his first marriage. Marries a woman named Lori.
Yeah.
Now, from everything that I've heard, once he gets married, he's a completely different person.
Really?
Once he gets married, he stops partying, stops going out, stops
just a great dude.
Everything. I don't know if he's a great dude. He just stops being an asshole.
Does it at home, but
no, gets like religious and like he's a real family, whatever the fuck. Yeah, turns into fucking like Emmett Smith out of nowhere.
Wild.
Which is weird here. Team goes 5-11 in 2008, which isn't great. September 28th of that year, he unsuccessfully attempts a 76-yard field goal against the Chargers. It was heavy wind, so the wind was really heavy where it might actually carry. It was right before halftime, so it was like, fuck it, give it a shot. Yeah. It's a better chance than a Hail Mary at that point. So they do. It's presumed to be the longest attempt in NFL history, although they don't really keep records of it. They know in 1979 someone tried a 74-yarder.
That's from like the 33-yard line of the other side.
It's the other side of the field.
37 though, right?
Yeah, well,
37.
It's 10 yards for the end zone.
It's 73
so 10
yards?
and 50, and then another 10, so it would be the 30, the 33, 34 if it's a 76-yarder.
That's unbelievable.
Well, yeah, that's where the ball would be, and then think about where he is.
Then, he's at the fucking goal line.
Yeah, he's back another 7 yards, so that's something there. So October 19th, 2008, he hits a 57-yard field goal, which is the Raiders team record against the Jets. And this is in overtime to beat the Jets 16-13. Wow. So that long of a field goal to end overtime is pretty fucking dramatic.
Sure is.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Especially when the team sucks dicks.
Oh, yeah, two shit teams.
When they're awful, the toilet bowl.
Two bad Super Bowl teams. Awful shit. He played all 16 games that year, was 24-30, and 57 was his long. 2009, he's team's 5-11. He breaks his own record by hitting a 61-yarder against the Browns on December 27th, right before halftime again. That's when all these field goals are attempted.
Take some chances.
Well, yeah, because otherwise the team takes over where you are, which is in your territory.
Right.
It's not great. So, that year he is 26 of 29.
Wow.
Field goals. So, I mean, it's a contract year. It's a contract year, by the way.
Wow.
Funny, isn't that weird how that works?
He got paid 3 times?
No, let's keep talking about it. So 61 is his long. 2010, they give him a new contract, 4-year deal, $16 million.
My word.
Yep, $3 million signing bonus, $9 million guaranteed of this money.
This cocksucker has done so well.
He's good at America.
Yeah.
I believe in America. It's the first line of The Godfather. I believe in America.
He sure the fuck does.
Yes, he does. So, the team in 2010 goes 8-8. So, holy shit, 500. That's when
turned it around.
I think that's when Hugh Jackson came in, because he came in, had 2 500 seasons, and they fired him.
Really?
And it was like, you have sucked so fucking hard for years, and you fire this fucking guy after he got you to 500 with a shit team?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was bullshit. That guy got fucked. He got fucked hard on that one. So now, December 26, 2010, Sebastian hits a 59-yard field goal in the second quarter against the Colts, making him the second player in history with 2 over 59-yard field goals.
Wow.
The other is Morton Anderson, who was played till he was 80.
Eventually, it's going to happen if you play that fucking long. He's just playing a numbers game at that point.
He played forever. He was so good, too.
Yeah, he was.
His brother was good, too.
Yeah.
Shit. So, he have 2 brothers, Chris and Gary.
Gary played for the Falcons?
Gary was the guy who kicked the Giants field goal that beat the Niners in the 90 NFC Championship game. So he played for the Giants, I know.
Yeah.
Was that Anderson?
I think Gary played.
Or was that Matt Barr? No, Barr was earlier.
I think Morton played for the Falcons.
Morton played for the Falcons, and he played for he played for everyone after that.
Numbers game.
After that, he went other places. So Sebastian, though, here is 33 of 41 in field goals this year, which is the most makes and the most attempts in the league.
Really?
That year, yeah, a lot of field goals for the Raiders that year. The coach is like, well, I know we can make those.
Right.
That's a contract year.
They won games 9-6.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. So 59-yarder is as long that year. Now, May of 2011 here, there was he has a problem.
Yeah.
Let's just say. A woman named Serena Nichols. This happened in September of 2010, but the whole thing comes out in May of 2011. She tells people that she didn't know who Janikowski was. They were in a bar or some situation here.
Okay.
And she said that he was, quote, very red, very angry. I kind of felt like he was going to beat me up.
Yeah.
Okay. So he ends up, from this whole incident, he gets charged with battery out of this. The accuser here says that he forced her into a room in the back of a nightclub and wouldn't allow her to leave, screamed at her and pushed her because he thought she'd been taking pictures of him. So, on her phone.
Right.
So she said that she went to this nightclub that night. Her friend, she knows her friend's the manager of the place, or knew one of the managers or something. So she was allowed backstage where she took photos and watched some rapper perform. They were having a concert that night. She said after the performance, people were gathering backstage, with some moving into a big walk-in refrigerator. And she said that she drank alcohol heavily, but by that time she was drinking water, and it was end of the night. Sober up night. Yeah, she's moved on to water. She said, everyone went back into this walk-in area. We were having a good time when he came in, this guy that I had never seen before, and started yelling at everyone to leave. Then he pointed at me and said, except for her.
Oh, boy.
Which is frightening.
That's horrifying.
Except for her.
Right.
Huh?
She stays.
She tell me how to screw in light bulb with just me. I know I can see in your eyes.
You show me righty-loosey.
You show me righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Which one is left? By the way, he's a left-footed kicker.
That's right.
We've mentioned that yet, but
that's why you can't screw in light bulbs.
Can't screw them in. So she said, quote, he shut the walk-in door and started yelling at me that I had been taking pictures of him at the show. I had never seen him before in my life. I kind of know who he is now, but I don't keep track of sports. Because after the fact, she was like, oh, he's a professional football player, whatever. She's 5'9", 130 pounds. She said she tried to get out of the door, but that he blocked her way. He's 6'2", 250 at this point in time. This is in his fat time. So she said, quote, he had one arm free and pushed me. I ended up falling backwards. At that point, I didn't know what was going to happen. I started screaming for my life. She said then some people pushed their way into the walk-in and got her out of there, basically, like a bunch of other people from there. She said she wanted to go to the police that night, but people at the party talked her out of it, told her not to do it, blah, blah, blah. He was just drunk and all this shit. But she said she reported it the next day. She said, quote, I decided it was the right thing to do. By the time this all happened, though, and the police investigated everything, people were a lot of the witnesses were harder to find. People were a little fuzzy on it. They didn't want to corroborate. They didn't want to fuck with the Raiders. It was this whole big thing here because this is in Walnut Creek. It's Northern California too. So, she said that she had trouble remembering what Janikowski looked like exactly too, which was a problem. The police investigated the incident, and she thought the case had been dropped after she hadn't heard anything for a while from the cops. And then finally, though, May of that year, they filed charges against him in court. And, he's charged with battery and false imprisonment and all this type of shit.
And he's a horrifying looking man.
Oh, he's a big, scary looking guy. He's a ball. If you haven't seen him, he is white as fuck, pasty, like pasty Eastern European hitman white.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he looks like he's gonna fucking cut you up and put you in a tarp and bury you.
It's like bald bullet-tooth Tony.
Yeah,
he's a scary
bald,
looking man.
Dead, and if he's drunk and angry looking, and you're a woman who weighs over 100 pounds less than him, and you're in a small room with him, that's frightening.
Absolutely.
So maximum penalties here are 18 months in jail. So that's not great here. But what does Healy say? His agent. He pumps his fist.
Yeah.
Says, "Let me tell you something." He said, "It's old news. This happened 51 weeks ago, and he was not arrested. We're dealing with this through the courts. I'm done." That was it for him. So, the Raiders made a similar statement saying they were unaware of the incident, but that it didn't seem newsworthy to them. That's nice. Your giant kicker is fucking pinning women in a walk-in freezer, and you don't find that newsworthy?
I don't know. Al Davis is sick. Leave us alone.
It's fine. So 2011, the team goes 8-8 again. On September 12th, 2011, on Monday Night Football against the Broncos, he ties the NFL record for longest field goal at 63 yards. That held by Dempsey with a half a wooden foot, which really shouldn't count.
Right. And Jason Elam.
Yeah, he hit it with a bat, basically. It's not a foot. It's wood.
That guy just 2 weeks ago died of COVID, too.
Dempsey? Yeah, that's sad. He had a lot of health problems.
Yeah.
And then Jason Elam, obviously. But that was Denver as well.
Right.
They were both in Denver, weren't they?
Yeah.
Didn't Dempsey hit his in Denver?
All of them were in Denver.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It may have been.
I thought Dempsey hit his in Denver.
He did.
Yeah,
I think all of them in Denver.
Or was it in the Superdome?
It may have been in New Orleans.
Might have been in New Orleans. That was a close one.
I'd have to Google.
So, otherwise it's all Denver.
Yeah.
So, Janikowski.
Just seems to be a little bit of a benefit for kickers in Denver.
A little bit. That air being light is not a joke. So he goes 31-35 kicking field goals this year, including this 63-yarder.
Right.
And for the first time in his career, makes the Pro Bowl.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
He made the Pro Bowl once in his whole career.
But that makes sense when your team sucks shit.
Yeah.
You know what
It's just odd, though, that they would never pick him as a kicker. There's always some other better kicker. How
about that?
There's always Vinatieri, because it's AFC, so there's always Vinatieri or one of those guys.
The guy from the Patriots, fucking...
Vinatieri.
Is that, Adam Vinatieri. Who was the one from the Colts?
Vanderjack.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, there was another one there.
Before that,
you know what?
He went to the Colts after that. Yeah. Kickers play for like 25 years,
right.
so
that
you never know.
Fucker was so good.
He was good. Yeah. So he goes to the Pro Bowl. But March 1st, 2012, he has to go to court for the nightclub incident there. He basically ends up pleading here to a lesser charge. Basically, he admits to forcing a woman into a fucking walk-in that he thought he'd been taking pictures of him. If he doesn't get arrested for the next 12 months, the battery charge will be dropped, and he is sentenced to anger management classes and community service as well. Wow. So
he beat the probation on the DUI. How about that?
He beat it out.
Wow.
Left it for a few years. And that same year, he and his wife have fraternal twin girls as well. So 2 little girls who don't look alike but are born at the same time.
One looks like him.
One probably looks like him. One looks like her.
Eesh.
One's bald and pasty.
Yeah.
Doesn't know how to screw in a light bulb for her life. So 4-12 the team goes that year. This was after they fired Hugh Jackson.
Yeah.
Right back to 4-12. So maybe that guy had something. What do you think? Sebastian, though, 31-34 kicking field goals, 57 as a long. No Pro Bowl, though. No Pro Bowl this year.
June. Tie records for that shit?
You gotta. June of 2013, he says he wants to play 7 or 8 more years.
I remember this.
Yep, he said he's been down. His weight's down. He said, I would love to stay here and finish my career. This is where I started, where I would like to finish. I can go 7 or 8 years. If I stay healthy, I can keep going. I want to play as long as I can and win the Super Bowl. So
you're going to have to get out of Oakland, sir.
Well, yeah. Well, nope. He ends up instead signing a contract extension. 4 years, $15,100,000.
My fuck.
$8 million guaranteed.
This motherfucker made $60 million.
Yep, you should have learned to kick, Jimmy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? $8 million guaranteed, $1.8 million signing bonus.
Unreal.
To be on a 4-12 team.
$60 million.
$60 million.
Best season, 8 fucking wins.
It's fucking crazy.
10 or 12.
Well, yeah, they went to the Super Bowl, but Jesus. 21 of 30 for field goals that year. 53 is his long. Now, in 2014, an adult film star here.
Yeah.
A porn star named Brooke Haven. Starts.
This is the second time she came up in our shows.
Really?
Swear to God.
Which one was she?
Like 3 weeks ago, she was in a show, too.
Just her name?
No, her. She fucked somebody in the show.
Oh, yeah. We didn't go too much into her, though,
No.
did we? No, not like War Machine's friend, who we...
I think it was in that episode.
No, that wasn't Brooke. That was a different one.
Brooke Haven was in a show. I only know that because somebody messaged me and was like, I slept with that girl, and then told me a story that I will not repeat.
Well, we haven't talked... I don't think we've talked about Brooke Haven.
We have.
In depth.
No, not in depth.
Okay.
Just we
about
glazed over
her
it.
career.
No. We did not talk about.
We glazed over it in depth. Can't even help it. It's everything is a fucking shitty pun when you're talking
when it
about
comes to porn.
Yeah. So she's talking to TMZ in 2014, saying she had partied with various professional athletes.
Right.
And when we say she parties, she knows how to party because let's look at her IMDb, shall we?
Let's.
Start in 2005.
Oh my word! It's
hold on,
James.
let me
It's deep.
It's deep. I gotta get a drink. There we go. Hold on, I had to swallow quick.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. Okay.
Don't let that go down your chin.
I gotta keep it on my face. Out of my eye, though. It burns. Okay.
Holy fuck.
Her career? Teen hand jobs. The Realist. That 70s hoe. The Anal Express.
Hold on. That's genius.
Yeah, that's 70s.
That was good.
That's one of those parody.
Whoever named that one is awesome.
The Anal Express. It's a train themed.
Obviously.
I don't know.
Choo-choo.
Rail themed show.
She's the caboose.
The Devil Made Me Do It. Tits Ahoy 2.
Okay.
Tonsil Hockey. Traffic Stopping Tits. Tunnel Vision. Fate's Fantasies. Rough and Ready. Blue Light. Wild Fuck Toys Volume 1. Cum Swappers 4. Blow Me Sandwich 7. 2 Girls for Every Guy, Big Cock Seductions 20, Ass Worship 7, Pound Cakes, Going Deep 4, Busty Beauties 15, Porn Fidelity, Cream Filled Holes 2, Finger Licking Good, Gob Swappers.
God, gross.
Full Service 3, Getting Stoned 2, Girls Home Alone 25. I don't think Macaulay Culkin's in that one, unfortunately.
That sounds like a fucking fetish movie.
Hand Job 16, Internal Affairs from the Files of Valley 911. In Your Face 1, Jack's Teen America Mission 14, Latex Soccer Moms, Lipsticks and Dipsticks, Mrs. Behavin', Ol and out 2. Ooh. Ol in and out 2. Okay. Orally challenged. POV urgings. Pussy Playhouse 9. Real girlfriend. Screw my husband, please 6.
PO versions.
PO versions. Yeah, exactly.
Love
PO versions. Sex whisperer. Shove it up my ellipses 3. .. 3.
I got a feeling I know how that one ends.
Smoking crack 2. I don't think it's.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's
about acid.
Yeah. Sorority splash 3. Sperm swappers 2.
Gross.
Spunked 3.
No.
Steel runway. Straight to the sphincter 3. Striptease seduction. Striptease then fuck 6. Stuck in the deep end. Surrender the booty 1. Sweet cheek 6. We're still in 2005.
My God.
Analogy
she
2.
Is busy.
A perverted point of view 8. Ass to mouth 3 with the numbers. Ass brand new 4. Ass breeder 2. I don't know. That's ambitious.
She's
giving it a shot. These are all ass ones. Assploitations 5. Ass takers. Backdoor desire. Banging the girl next door. Barefoot maniacs. Bell bottoms 3. Big tit anal whores 2. Big titty women. Big toys no boys 3. Bikini chain gang. Bitches in heat. Butt blasted 3. With ass and capitals of that. Crack addict 4. Cum catchers 3. Debriefed 2. Des' Secret Weekend 4. Orange County Madness. Dirty Girls 4. Disturbed 3. Double Airbags 18. Doubled Up Dream. Drive Through 4. Filthy Rich. Filthy Things 5. Fine Ass Bitches 3. Her First Lesbian Sex Volume 9. Great Big Asses 3. Doctor Adventures. Jack's Playground 32. Nantucket Housewives. Double Decker Sandwich 8. Oh boy. Ass Inc. A-List. Ass to Heels. Hand to Mouth. Mary Carey on the Rise. Private Movies 25 Off Limits. Control. Whipped Ass. Jam It All the Way Up My Ass 2.
That's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
In February 2005, what'd she do?
Taboo 5, which we sang the theme song, the Taboo 2 on the Adam Carolla Show. Pretty Pussies Please. Sex Sells. 5 People You Meet in Porn. After Hours. A History of Porn. All About Anal 4. Anal Drillers 8. Anal Excursions 3. Anal Expeditions 8. Girls Sodomizing Girls. Goo 4 2 3. Goo. Grudge Fuck 7, Killer Desire, Lewd Conduct 27, Meet the Fuckers 4, that's a parody, MILF Lessons 9, More Than a Handful 15, My Sister's Hot Friend 5, Nasty Fucking Nurses, original, Pink Paradise, Pussy Party 17, Dark Chocolate Vanilla Cream, Rack 'em Up, Rub My Muff 6, Screw My Wife Please 53, She's Amazing, Sex Illusions 2, Share the Load 4, Skin 2, Sorority Sex Kittens, Kappa Kappa Sex, Spunked 6, Squirting Showers, Taboo 22. Well, they really put a lot into that series.
Brooke is really...
Tearjerkers 2, The Ass Watcher 5, Too Hot for Anal, Vicious Girls Gone Anal, Vicious POV Sluts, Whack Jobs, World Poke Her Tour, Forbidden Secrets, Last Night, The Craving, Big Tit Bosses, 40-inch plus, Rapture in Blue, Layout, Fuck Me in the Ass and Say That You Love Me. Monsters Ball, ATM City 3, that's not a cash machine, Driven, Anal Sex Movie, Addicted, Anal Violation 2, Ass for Days, Ass Licking Assault 2, Ass Sluts, Bangin' Brea, Big Clits, Big Lips 3, Big Tit Ass Stretchers, Cum Stains 8, Dementia 4, old guys, I guess, Dirty Chicks Craving Meat Sticks, Drowning in Bitch Juice, Fetish Factory, Fresh Young Asses, Gina Lynn's Double D's and Derrieres 2, All Out Anal Solo Masturbation, Apple Bottoms 4, Big Tit Bosses, Booty Bangers, Bubble Butt Bonanza 11, Club Devon, Cream Pie Nurses, Elite 2, Her First Anal, Housewife 1-on-1 number 9, Juggernaut 7, Just a Girl, Make Her Ass Scream, Louder Bitch, comma, or colon, louder bitch.
Get out of here.
Swear to God. North Pole 56, Only in Your Dreams, Pop Shots 8, Pussyfoot in 22, Rack It Up, Service with a Smile, Shameless Desire, Slave to Sin, Slutty and Sluttier 4, Strange Dreams, Tease Me, The V Word, Uniform Behavior, Predator 3, The Final Chapter. I don't know if it's a real Predator 3. Or not. It might be because it's a straight to video. Sexual harassments, 2 chicks to lick your dick, 2 girls for every guy, 3, DP moms, girls playing with girls, killer grip, 5, license to blow, 4, lips to lips, my wife's hot friend, my wife loves threesomes, 3, naughty athletics, 3, pillow talk, possessed and undressed, private, XXX, 39, sex bites, pure ecstasy, 3, RPM, XXX, extreme, crotch rockets. What gets you off, ... 4, whore 4, young and juicy, big tits 3, the love box, the oracle, 3, blowing me, tits and tats 2, we're almost done, MILF soup, mommy got boobs, porn star athletics 3, top heavy chef, the anal whore next door 3, Electra's dirty mind 1, ass pounding, big butt TV, big titty nurses, bleach to the bone 3, blonde bombs, bosom buddies, busty babes USA, domination, fendom ass worship 2, flying solo 2, lesbian nation, naughty blonde milf librarians, naughty country girls 3, wife switch 7, double D nurses, milfs like it big 5, ass angel 7.
My favorite, in your face.
Yeah.
It's so on the nose. We know what happened.
And bossy milfs 5. Now,
I don't know if I like in your face or if I like whore.
Oh, whore's a good. And then she's also in the Face Sitting Tales series also later on. So there's that. So anyway,
she's done a lot of porn.
I only say this and give you these titles to let you know she's been around some wild and crazy shit, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
now,
you get a picture of what her specific thing is for porn. She has huge tits and she loves it up the ass.
She loves sticking things in her ass.
Right.
And so that's that. So now she said that she hung out with a lot of athletes, She said, though, they said, well, who parties the hardest? And she said, without hesitation, Sebastian Janikowski.
Wow.
No fucking doubt, not even a contest. She's...
I've partied with a lot of people. Name somebody that will fucking hate you forever. Sebastian Janikowski.
Sebastian Janikowski. So they went, really?
Yeah.
Like him? And she said, have you followed that man's career? I think he's settled down, though. I think he got married. I haven't hung out with him for many years. Mm-hmm. And so they said, well, tell a story. And she said she can't really tell any stories because they're crazy.
And I'll get fucking
sued. Well, she was, this was to TMZ. So she finally said, fine. We were driving one time in the Navigator. I was driving and he was smoking a cigarette out the window or something. He was hanging out singing Nelly. It's getting hot in here. I'm going to take off all my clothes and trap a woman inside of a walk-in freezer and possibly give her GHB because it's very hot.
Was it like Nelly? Was it like the St. Lunatics Nelly?
Yes. We don't know.
Was he running those ones?
So he's...
Batter up.
That's the one. She said he's smoking a cigarette outside the window or something. He was hanging out singing Nelly, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, the inside of the car's on fire. He dropped the cigarette down into the side panel of the door, and all these papers are on fire. He takes them, throws them all out on the out of the window, and says, "Fuck it, keep going," and that's it. There was still shit on fire. He's like, "It's fine."
What were they?
He just threw a pile of fire out the window.
The registration for the vehicle,
and just kept going.
Fuck it,
and put it out. Pour water on it, just threw it out the window. But that's the type of guy he is, that he's just like, don't care about that.
Throw the fire out.
Throw fire out the window. So that year he's 3-13. The team is 3-13 here. He has a 57-yard field goal, 19 for 22 in the kicking department. 2015, 7-9 the Raiders are. He has a 56-yarder that year.
Yeah.
Not too shabby, 21 of 26 from the field. 2016 Raiders go 12-4. Wow. They get good again. Jack Del Rio comes in, and not too bad. They go all the way to the playoffs. There's not a lot of guys on the Raiders that bridged the Super Bowl years to fucking Derek Carr.
I don't think anybody did.
No, it's just him. It's
just him, yeah.
Fucking, not even Al Davis, I don't think made it that far.
Al Davis missed it.
I think he missed out on it even. So,
why do I enjoy that?
I don't know. It's just an has to. I knew you would. That's why I said
Fuck it, Al.
I knew you'd give an evil laugh to that shit, so I couldn't help myself.
You're the best, Al.
You're the best, Al. So they lose in the wild card round to the Texans that year. It doesn't matter. He 29 for 35, 56-yarder as a long. Either way, 2017, he's placed on the IR. He doesn't play like at all in 2017. Really? Not a drop.
Broke a hip or something.
Hurt himself early in the season or in the training camp. The team goes 6-10. He and his wife have another daughter though that year. I guess he has time to stay home and get banging away. 2018, he leaves the Raiders.
Right.
He signs with the Seattle Seahawks, saying that he wants a ring.
Oh.
The Seahawks were coming off of competing for championships. So he says he wants a ring. God damn it. And he's going to play for the Seahawks 2018. They sign him to a 1-year contract for $1,015,000. And not too bad here. They go 10-6. He's okay. 22 of 27 for 56 yards as a long. Yeah. Doing very well. Could probably play forever, except January 5th, 2019, he attempts a 57-yard field goal against the Cowboys. Yeah. In the playoffs, and it sails wide right, and apparently he grabbed his leg and was in a lot of fucking pain, and he apparently hurt his leg pretty fucking bad, and he said that was the end of it because the rest of his body was falling apart too.
Of course.
So I mean, he's 41 years old here.
Much GHB
and all that GHB
banging away on fucking porn stars.
Oh my god, anal whatever 42. It's a lot. So he had made 2 earlier field goals that game. So April 28th, 2019, the Seattle Seahawks announced that he has retired. He said, quote, "My body just can't take it anymore. I have some back issues that make it a hard time getting out of bed in the morning. I knew it was time to step away. I still feel a sharp pain all the way down my right leg. That's something that I don't think is going to go away." He said, "My medical history, I think, is like 1,200 pages long. Hamstring, knee, back. That's the most severe right now." He said that there could be different opportunities with football in the future for him, maybe with soccer. He says, "I don't know. I just want to spend time with my family for now. See what comes around." He made over $50 million.
Minimum.
So he's good there.
Fine.
Some players talk about him. Players loved him. Yeah. They liked him. Yeah. Derek Carr said, "He's one of my favorite teammates I've ever had. He really is." He said, "He's got such a good heart. I talk to him every morning, and he sits behind me at every team meeting. He means the world to me." Marcel Reese, who's a fullback, he said, "He's the guy around here. We treat him like he's one of one, an original, a living legend. He's been here so long, he's like a statue in front of the building, but he's one of the greatest people I've ever met in football, and he's a warrior." An offensive tackle, Donald Penn. "Who doesn't love Seabass? He's like a fixture here. I would love to give him a fairy tale ending to see him go out with the Raiders on top, but knowing Seabass, he's probably still got at least 3 more years in him." Janikowski, he says, this was earlier, I'm sorry. Yeah, he says, everybody was like, "What's Al Davis doing?" when they drafted me first. And he says, "But 17 years later, I'm still kicking, so they must have did something right." That's what he said before. He says, Tim Brown says he didn't give Janikowski a chance of making it to basically, he said you wouldn't last 5 years in the league is what he thought of Janikowski. Really? Yeah. He says it's wild.
Best Raiders ever.
That's what I mean. He said, quote, "I'm shocked he's made it this far. I thought there was no way he was going to make it this long in the league. It's always amazing when I see Seabass now and see how much of a gentleman he is and how he talks about his wife and kids. My first reaction was, oh my God, his poor wife." But I realize he's a different man. He's a changed man. He's had a lot of pressure on him when he first got in Oakland, and I don't think he was handling it very well. That's an understatement. And his way of handling things was to go out and do more of what he had been doing the night before. That was the big issue. So, yeah. So people missed him on his team. 2019 in October, Seabreeze High School will induct him into their High School Hall of Fame.
Wow.
So he's going to be a High School Hall of Famer.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to make the NFL Hall of Fame, right?
I don't know. He kicked for a long fucking time.
He tied the record.
I don't exactly know how they treat kickers. I know they're not.
There's only a few in
there.
Yeah,
they don't usually put them in that often.
But really, the past 20 years, how many can you name that you go, that guy mattered when he was in the game?
Vinatieri. That's it. Yeah, he made big kicks at big times.
Yeah, they're the only two that mattered.
They're the ones that held on forever. I'm sure there's like one or two.
There's a couple other, I'm sure, but those two for sure.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, if you're down by 2, you've got a chance.
You got a shot. Yeah, they're in there. So he is there. It's also going to be Eric Weems, who is a wide receiver kick returner, who will be inducted, and he'll be overshadowed by the guy who played fucking 18 years in the NFL next to him. Well, he's like, I was pretty good in high school, but
I was really good in high school.
That trick knee made college tough for me. You know how it goes here. So can't get enough of Sebastian Janikowski.
Wow.
There is, you can get tons of his shit on eBay. Every kind of football card, tons of jerseys, all sorts of shit, autograph, anything you want. It's all
available.
He was playing last year, so it's everywhere.
That's
so
wild.
Enjoy that. And that, my friends, is Sebastian Maniscalco. I almost called him Sebastian Maniscalco. Sebastian Janikowski. I didn't do it the whole episode.
The Italian kicker.
The Italian kicker. What are you doing?
You're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing me. I missed it. I'm embarrassed. I missed it.
I'm wearing a fishnet shirt because my nipples are out.
My nipples are out. You could see my nipples. The way he says that's so funny. You could see my nipples.
He's riding a Vespa to the game.
So it's Barbizon. You know Barbizon? That fucking accent. So if you like the show, if you had a good time, if you enjoyed all the porn names, you can tell us very easily by going over to Apple Podcasts, that purple icon. Give us 5 stars. Doesn't matter what you say, but say something, goddammit. It helps drive us up the charts, and we just appreciate everything you guys say and do for us. Thank you guys for everything like that you do. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com for everything crime and sports and small town murder related. I'm telling you, if you're not listening to Small Town Murder, you are missing out. Unless you listen to this show specifically for sports statistics, then I promise you're going to like Small Town Murder. You're going to like it a lot. So check that out every Thursday, obviously. Listen to P.S. I Hate This Movie every Friday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, on the site there, tons of merch that we have on shutupandgivememurder.com. In addition to that, tickets to live shows.
Yes.
They've all been rescheduled.
You're welcome.
Yes. Yeah. Our poor fucking agents that have to reschedule everything 3 times. But hey, that's I feel bad. But never has a 10% been more earned than these fuckers this year. So
I feel bad for them. Like I feel bad for my fucking landlord because as soon as I can get back to road shows, I'll pay you, sir.
Yeah, right. That, and I feel bad for everybody who's been waiting for these fucking shows. Thank you for waiting for them, and we're sorry they keep being rescheduled. It's obviously out of our hands.
Right.
Nothing we can do about it. But yeah, they are being rescheduled. So all the shows are going on for 2021.
Right.
And check those out. Get your tickets, and we cannot wait to see you out there for live shows.
Be every fucking other weekend,
it's
guys.
Going to be awesome. Patreon.com/crime and sports is where you sign up to get all your Patreon episodes. First of all, you're going to get a shout out.
Sure.
Jimmy's going to fuck your name up, and I'm going to laugh at him for it. And then in addition to that, you're going to get all the wonderful bonus episodes. We have so much great bonus stuff on crime and sports and Small Town Murder, and you get them all for $5. Everything between the two of them, I think there's 25-something episodes from this year of bonus stuff. There's a ton of stuff, and it's stuff you'd be interested in, and even on the Small Town Murder one. This week's is ultra crazy. I said it in the beginning of the show. Go back and listen. I don't want Jimmy to hear it.
Yeah, I got my headphones on.
He got his headphones on. I made him cover his ears earlier because it's going to be absolutely nuts. We were going to do Vince McMahon's steroid trial, but I need a piece of information that I don't have yet. So give me 2 weeks to get that.
I'm ready.
That'll be the next one. This is just a wild 70s swinging kind of crazy thing that Jimmy's going to love. So sign up for that. Patreon.com/crime and sports. Or if you just want to be a good guy, good girl, good lady, good gentleman, good person in general, you can do that very easily as well. If you want to get a shout out, this will still get you a shout out. If you want to donate via PayPal and just be a nice person and not get access to bonus materials, you can still do that. Use our email address, crimeandsports@gmail.com. And if you want to follow the show, it's at Crime and Sports on Twitter and Facebook, and at Small Town Murder on Instagram. But enough of that shit. We've talked about us. We've talked about Sebastian Janikowski. We've talked about porn. What we haven't talked about is the list of my favorite fucking people on the face of the earth. Jimmy, kick me with him like a 60-yard field goal, please.
This week's executive producers are Rebecca Manners, Joanne Ahern, Reagan Shalkley, Austin Parsons, Dallas Grimm, Brendan Keene, Chloe, not Chloe Rass, Alex Lecky, Lecky, Lecy, what? That's not a word. T. Sanderson, Jules Harris, Kate with no last name, Les McKenna, Bennett Taylor, Joe Dawson, Megan McDermott, Taylor Bean, Trevor Scott, Ryan Guest, Kevin Spilker. Thank you, Kevin. And his family. I'm not going to put out his information, thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate it. Susanna Platt, Lisa Coltrane, Jackie Sukup, Jordan Bennett, Tracy Mitchell, Leslie Kane, Lindsay Redmond, Stephen Rude, Carrie Lombardi, and Mandy Knight. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
We really can't do it without you. You guys are heroes. Other producers this week are Ben Cool, Senora Feinstein, The Fridge, Caitlin Kennedy, Carla Gale, I think that's what I did, Kim in Burbank, Alex Mercury, Marshall Hawarka, Rebecca Atkins, Teddy O'Donovan, Bailey with no last name, Michael, God damn it, Michael Hutton, that's what that is, Amanda Nacion, probably not. Cecilia Craig, Eric Berg, Patrick Mack, Brandon Wegner, Kesa Diaz, another one. Thank you. I got you. Lisa Gibbs, Jimmie Lynch, I think that is. Gross Jambone. I don't know if that's right. Dylan Menifee, like Kurt. Yeah. Ron Cummins, like Dan. Batokovis, what is that? Buttocks Oves? Batoxuis? Buttocks.
Oh.
I'm doing my best. Christer, Samuel Moore, Phoebe Taylor, Justin Love, Jana Young, Arion Ford, I think, Robert Gordon, Julian Olivas. I live in a Spanish state. There's so much Spanish
wrong with you, Jimmie?
Spoken here. I'm an idiot. Ellie Currents, I think. Ross Smith, Benedict Hutchinson Brooks, Christy Kelly, JT Bright, Jay Peninga, Kelsey Cunningham, Shelby Kellerman, Sarah Williams, Shane Boyd, Sandra Kaus, Christopher White, Jorge Orta, I think. Aroa? I don't know what I did. It's a T or an O, one of the two.
Those don't look alike.
They're oftentimes misconstrued. Jessica Levitt, Justin Grish, Christopher White, I said that. Steph with no last name. Lulu Edmondson, Josh Guido, Battery Flaccid. What? Karina Statalilo. Jennifer Campbell, Natasha Harris, Kip Sousley, Laura Timberlake, Courtney Schoberl, Courtney Kimberly, Christina McWilliams, Riley, I think, Miles, Jordan Cooper, Karen Reynolds, Samantha Crutchfield, Jenna Katsaris, Wendy Steins, Paul Hicks, Kristen Gentine, Bob Hope, probably not the one.
I would assume not.
I think he's dead. I don't think he would be able to. Sarah Yanez.
Well, it'd be nice if he did.
Right. Jean-Luc Tolfrey, Rick Jacobson, Joanne Sanderson, Kristen Gentine, I said that, Courtney Kimberly, Trevor Canar, Ben with no last name, Rodney Haruff, Kim McCulley, Olivia Meese, I think, Alicia Utter, Nick with no last name, Jolene Flath, Brittany Jones, I think that, yeah, I just scribbled that out. Nathan Ebaugh, Carmina Ramirez, Jordan Ebunga, Jonathan Leahy, David Kvitner, nope, Kvitkik, nope, fuck, Carlos Suarez,
two tries, that's it.
Wilhelmine Witt, Renee Quebman, fuck, Ewan Urquhart, Sabrina Nelson, Brianna Syracuse, that can't be right, but it looks right. Christina Rittenauer, Vicky Bronner, Libby Baltz, B. Taylor, Michael James Ball, Chloe K, BC, Christina Mitchell, Jake Yates, Beth with no last name, Nina Naska, Tasha Walter, God damn it, Micah Altman, Montana Gamer, Carl Shepard, Holly Levinson, Craig Langston, Lori Riley, Harley Plummer, Turd Ferguson, what? Slick Rick, Jennifer with no last name, Chris Fluellinger, Nancy Pierce, Patricia Durand, John Dixon, Rebecca Handy, Julia, Zuka. That's Zuka, not Julia.
Thank you, Harburg. John Dixon.
Truly.
Jimmie can pronounce your name.
Brian Goger, Matt Segal, Jenny Sue, David Prince, that's Megan Ruff, Madeline with no last name, Roger with no last name, Jessica Sridhar, Kelly Mitchell, Caitlin Thara, Curie, Corey, is it Curie Branham, I think, Sarah Gendy, Lauren Hilbert, Adrian Thompson, Daniel King, Cole Oakhersey, I think, Mark Marotte, Shiloh with no last name, Maddie Levine, Alfred Jensen, Bob Henry, Bryant Clayton, Katie Schmitz, Rob Brown, Diana Onzarino, what, and Anzarena, Bianca Elena, Tony Casano, Carlos Bueno, Shane M, Catherine Maldonado, Nicholas Combat, I think. I don't know what I wrote. I'm sorry. Jen Stillman, Anna Rodrock, Joel Sanchez, Jake Antonio, Antonio.
You got this, Jimmy.
I'm trying. Anna Hill, Eric Berg, Brandon Meg, Mog, Kristen Mudrick, Mucho Macho, Josh Wellington, and Jenna Ulrich.
Just throw strikes, baby.
Evan Ferguson, Christina. No, it's Christian Collins.
Good eye.
We're almost there. God damn it. Yvette Flores.
Poke it over the second baseman's head. Little contact out there.
Kiefer Sloby and Catherine Lopez, Matthew Fernbacher, Joseph Merkel, Carissa Slater, April Hughes, Sean Griffiths, John Mize Jr., I think, Kelly Snap.
We want a picture.
Brent Files, Jocelyn Vega, Travis with no last name, Heather Campbell, Dominique with no last name, Rushbaugh Shaw, Greg Huffman, Mac with no last name, Colleen Edwards, Brian Rinaldi, Melody Knapp, Dan White, Cole with no last name, Jason Adams, Carl Doyle, Ashley with no last name, Meredith King, Nick Leslie, Aether Explorer, I think, Christopher Heyman, Liz Krajewski, Oleandra, Jesnewski, probably not, Elizabeth Judy, Michael Yelton, Mark O'Donnell, Samantha Ludwig, Matt French, Renee Denny, Mary Lanners, Drew with no last name, Aiden Finnell, Megan and Jeff May, Mariah Noosh, Brianna Romero, Kaylin Bancroft, Emma Larson, Alice St. Quentin, Neil Brown, Christina Hambleton.
That one shouldn't take a lot of.
Alex Jordan, Nate, Matt Presley.
Hey.
Barbara, what is that? Barbara Meissner. Brad Applegate, Olivia Gibbs, Jeanette Mulder, Candy with no last name, Jack Averill, Chris DeYoung, Mangia Penny, Kelly Stoskop. Wow, Lakeland Brown, Chris Conkey, Joe Calapoo, Magny or Maine or Monye, Wallacher, I don't know. Michelle Hodges, Jonathan Phillips, Joe Galapagos, Chris Conkey, Kristen Wilcox, Christina Hambleton, Jessica Obier, Mike Miller, Amanda Hamilton, Dan Trevledge, J.N. with no last name, Adam Trunnell, Michael Christensen, Colorado Plant Lady, I know it, Amanda Hamilton, I said that, Kevin with no last name, Laura Jones, Don Solomon Wittes, Aaron Johnson, Chris McConnville, McConnville, Sarah McAnally, last home stretch. Katie Grace, Katie Nixon, Rob Lanto, Rebecca Ettringer, Dorian Helms, Hot Shot Motors, Samantha Brown, Kendall Cole, Stephen Hayward, Peyton Meadows, James Martyr, Allison Horrocks, Thomas Smith, Claire Meekin, I think, Christy Monagold. God damn it. Joshua Blair, Ryan Sheehan, Justin and Sarah, Dakota Harrington, Brandy McNichol, Seth Spears, Dylan Banfield, Jill Lovan, Felipa Delgado, I think, Matthew Henkel, Adam Apple, Julia Avara, Terrence Schaub, Janice Hill, Patricia Arcand, Iron Tree Craftworks, Sarah Becht, Melissa Rack, Ashlyn Lang, and Bailey. You guys, we can't do it without you. You're goddamn heroes. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, so much for everything that you do for us. Honestly, it means the world, and it means even more that we're stuck not being able to go out on the road. So thank you guys so much for what you do for us.
Truly.
You keep us and the show going, so we really appreciate it. Jimmy, what if they appreciated you? How could they possibly tell you?
You can find me at Whisman Sucks, WHISMAN Sucks, on Instagram and Twitter. Where can they find you,
Oh, my
James?
goodness. At Jimmie P is funny, and either that or just copy and paste my name, because you're not going to fucking spell it right. So just do that. Come back Yeah. Just see us every week.
It's like Maniscalco.
It's bad stuff.
Right.
Yeah, good luck. There's a lot of vowels in there.
Pietragallo.
Unlike where Sebastian Janikowski's from, that doesn't have enough vowels. I have extra that they could borrow.
Would you say you have a plethora?
A plethora of vowels. So with that said, keep coming back and seeing us every single goddamn week live from the Crime and Sports Studios. We will see you next week.
Bye.
If you like crime and sports, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
Have you ever gotten a message out of the blue? Maybe you ignore them. Or maybe you end up in conversation. Maybe they tell you about an amazing offer.
I can really show you how to make some money.
And maybe that gets you into a lot of trouble. But this isn't a story about people like you, the people receiving these messages. This is a story about the people behind the messages, on the other end of the line. Thousands of them, working in a microcity built for scammers. From Wondery, the makers of Dr. Death and Kill List, comes Scam Factory, a new series about survival at the expense of others. Follow Scam Factory on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Scam Factory early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.